That's right, turn that shit up, man.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keepin' It 100.
I was trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Here it is! Just recorded.
There's no competition.
Keepin' It 100.
The people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot.
Keepin' It 100.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition.
Keeping it 100.
The smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. The dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the faking anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now they're moused up like the true and now and laters. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sack strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. 100's what we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the armchair. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Max Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun day. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keepin' It 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Draft Dr.
Keepin' It 100.
Keeping it 100.
Money Man Marsaw. And the guard. Draft Claudio.
Hollywood Ryan. Good luck, Ryan.
The following show is for mature audiences only. Shy City Sports.
Watch the tape, and when you see the tape, you know the tape doesn't lie, and the tape doesn't lie.
Now, everything about our network, we stand for the truth that the Tape Never Lies network. Every Sunday, we got Draft Mob. Mac Jones is going 3. Shayne and I love Mac Jones. I'm step for step with Shayne again on mine. It's Mills. Today we're looking at 2 quarterbacks because you can already see we're almost 2 hours into the coverage that we offer here. That's Draft Mob every Sunday on the best network, breaking down the NFL draft and the Chicago Bears. We also have X's with the O's. Joining us to break Nia down and my father Bears, breaking down offensive linemen, the Bears, Steve Edwards. We got special guests like former Bear Steve Edwards.
So happy you're
coming on jumping
Yeah,
on
man,
with us,
you know, I've been
breaking
listening to
down
you,
the
Coach, for a
tape.
while, you know,
Because that's all that
like I say,
matters.
I'm honored to be able to sit down and chop up some X's and O's with you and Phil.
It's the best network breaking down the Bears in the draft. Become a TTNL patron. It's as simple as www.thetapeneverlies.com. Yes.
Like and subscribe!
Nope! 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 This is football, baby!
What are you talking about? I was just reading some fucking books.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, dude. That's all I do down here.
I'm quality. I'm a quality guy. This is the Tape Never Lies Network, and now I am under the controls. Jackal is no longer here to bore you.
There's no fans because of the storm. Right. Nobody can shoot any video footage of practice.
Yeah, when fans are there and it's an open practice, as they call it, then the media, they still can't do video or pictures. They can only do video or pictures in a very limited time at the very start of like the warm-up session of camp in the first 10 minutes. And what you don't see in the video is Riley Ridley is locked up at the goal line right here, and right as he comes out, he's locked up. And Justin could have seen that and just tried to run. But instead, he waits for the separation, changes his arm angle, and throws a dart. And what I was going to say to this video is, this is prohibited video that we're seeing right now.
You know he threw it.
Look at that. Pulling it back. Pull it back a little bit. So here's the balance. If you're listening on the podcast, obviously, if you haven't seen it, he squares his shoulders. Look at that front foot. He plants on that foot that's from the right foot while he's going to turn his body and shoulder square. He delivers a dime in the back of the end zone. Ridley, our guy, catches it in the back of the end zone.
Okay,
Last night, I'm watching NFL Network just by chance. Thank you, Greg. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, they're at Bears camp. Andrew Siciliano and the golden child for the NFL Network who gets the All-22, what's his name? He's a great dude. I met him in New York. What's his name? Balding. Brian Balding. They're at camp. Balding. They're at Hallis Hall.
His finger sticks out like this. It's crazy.
It's disgusting. They're at Hallis Hall, though, guys. They're sitting in a chair. Andrew Siciliano's ears are wider than my fucking headset. And they're
Good thing I have headphones on.
And they're getting the guys, but there's no show of practice. They're putting this, why are you having the NFL Network? And all you kept seeing is the same fucking thing over and over. It's like, what is this world?
Right here, buddy. Right here.
Justin
there we go.
Fields cleats right there. Those are official Baruda. Can I call them the Baruda cleats?
Yeah.
The Magruder
Yeah, you can do that.
The Baruda cleats.
They're dope as fuck, dude.
He does a lot of dope stuff. You do it all around the league. How did you get started doing this? Especially as a fan, I would love to know how you started getting into this.
Well, this is my first podcast. By the way, a lot of people have asked me to do their podcast and stuff, and I've said no. But so it's an honor to be on here for the first time for me, and then you guys. I've kept up with some of your guys' stuff, so I appreciate you guys reaching out. But my story, so it was when Trevathan had first came to Chicago. He, I was like just messaging constantly through Instagram, through Twitter, through Snapchat, and then he finally gave in, and a lot of these athletes, that's the last thing that's on their mind. And at that time, no one really knew what it was, So I kind of was just like messaging him like, hey, dude, like just meet me at Hallis Hall by security and just give me a pair and then I'll take care of the rest. And we had gotten them in like July maybe. So I didn't end up getting a pair of cleats until October, a couple days before the Vikings game for Halloween.
Oh, really? And
it was a Monday night. So yeah, so I was on his ass. I was just like, dude, just give me the chance, And finally he gave me the chance, and man, like it's still surreal. Like, I mean, now we're like really close, but like at the time, because this is the only sport I watch. I don't care about basketball. I don't care about any other sport besides football.
And you see a lot of this. Here's the video. Ryan Pace walking up, shaking Baruda, Badass Baruda's hand. That's going to be his nickname, Badass Baruda. Look at Pace opening.
Yeah, I've seen him wear those. I didn't realize you made them.
Look at, he wears these. According to Braggs, he wears these. He's originally showing them
Nagy
off.
Right there.
Is that Nagy? Like jealous?
With his boring shoes, he didn't get in on the action. What the heck?
Big
he wanted
nice on a pair of New Balance. This is you cutting and creating a sneaker right here. Sewing.
Correct.
Those of you watching, I'm going to do a little play-by-play. Look at this. He's actually building a sneaker with material, sewing it together. I see blue and orange and white. And he's cutting it out to frame it up.
Hey, this is David Kaplan. Yo, this is Dante Jones.
This is Kenneth Davis. This is your boy, Lemmy Stenson. This is Matt Waldman.
This is Paige DeMarcos.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan All here with the Chicago Bears.
This is Olin Crooks with my boys.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Former Bears tight end Zach Miller here.
Well, listen to my guys, Phil and Shayne.
So my boys, Shayne and Phil.
Yeah, you're listening to my guys, Shayne and Phil, on the Tape Never
Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
Fuck it up somehow, Shayne. Thanks. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm back on the best Bears show on the planet. Italy, US, Qatar. I don't give a fuck where you are. It's the best. We got another great show for you tonight. We got former Bears offensive lineman Steve Edwards coming on. So let's bring on the good fellas. Shayne, the smartest man, Marsaw, and Draft Dr. Phil. Where is he? There he is. There he is.
Hey, boys.
Buonasera, boys. Buonasera.
Guys, I can't be the funny guy no more. I can't
be the funny guy no more.
Oh my God, what is up, dude? I missed you guys.
My God, it's been so long.
It's been too long.
It's
been
so
long.
weird to have an intro guy with energy, Phil.
Right?
Even when he does
you fucked me up. You throw something in
Smoke
there. I
weed
don't know
every
what the
day.
fuck's going on, but I didn't smoke weed yet, so I'm good.
You got the Italian music playing in the background. Everybody's wondering where you are, except Chris Jackal. He's like, fucking stay away, keep staying away.
He did a great job. Too hard on him.
Did you grade Chris Jackal's performances?
Yeah, no, I don't grade. No, because
you
dude, I
don't
started
grade
out
it.
when I started out, I was.
Oh, do we have to pull the receipts, Claude? We have all the text messages. They came through customs, bro.
Did they make it? Did they make it?
Do you pull the text messages from Claudio, Shayne? Do you want to
Uh
share those?
oh. Got to get right into it.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Yeah, Teven Jenkins is out indefinitely after undergoing back surgery, had a procedure today. Now, I'm in Chicago. I talked to Coach Matt Nagy and General Manager Ryan Pace earlier today about this. They broke down essentially what happened. Everyone knew that Teven Jenkins had some back issues in college. He came here to Chicago after they drafted him, and he was starting to have a little bit of a different issue there, a little bit of a different symptom, different injury. So he did undergo successful surgery today. It basically will solve this issue completely. It also means he is going to be out for the next several months. There's a chance that he is able to come back at some point this season. But if that is not the case, then what you're probably going to see is potential Hall of Famer Jason Peters would be one option at left tackle. They have some other on their roster. Larry Borum, a late-round pick, has really impressed after coming in 40 pounds lighter than he was in college. Elijah Wilkinson, also an option. Either way, it is going to be a new face for the Chicago Bears at left tackle, protecting their quarterback.
There you go. Big news, obviously, especially here at this network. Give me a tackle or give me death, obviously, was the starting point of the offseason. I want to address other thing. Obviously, the back. Speaking of backs, Claudio's back, the moderator. That might be the second most important back in this thing. Obviously, I would say David Montgomery's the most important back, and then Claudio, then Teven Jenkins. There's Chris Jack.
What?
What's going on, man?
Holy loud.
Holy
Pass it, bro.
shit,
Pass
he's
it.
so
Oh,
loud.
shit.
Jesus, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood never ceases to amaze. Shayne, though, seriously, I got to get this out of the way. You know, we're always working. That's what we do here. The reality is, if you're one of those people that's given this guy Chris Williams titles and all of that shit, you're doing it wrong. That's not the reality of what this should be. That's fun for you to be a fucking clown on Twitter. That's fun. Let's make a fucking joke about somebody's health. Let's do that. That's what this world has come to. There's bullshit going down in the world, and we're fucking making jokes about people's health. The guy tried to go out there in all its weirdness and combined with the reality of he said, she said that he had a back injury before. It's weird. It's weird. Totally get it. But the tape doesn't lie. That's all Shayne, Phil, Berlissimo, my father, and this network have. We don't have sit-down meetings with fucking Larry Borum, Teven Jenkins, etc., etc. We don't have that. What we do have is the tape jumping out and say this motherfucker on his worst day is better than Charles Leno. On his worst day.
Well, that's the thing, man. You see Hogan Johns, Adam Hogue jumping on it. The quote of, availability is your best ability. Yeah, that's great, but it's just because you're there doesn't mean shit. Just because Charles Leno is suited up and out there doesn't mean anything. And this is what Bears fans are conditioned to believe, that mediocre or less is fine. As long as you're out there, that's fine. No, and this is what we're trying to get away from. Do you remember all of the years with fucking Jay Cutler? It's, oh man, you had a good game. Same thing with Mitch. Same thing back when good Rex, bad Rex. Got a good game. Oh man, he's gonna do it next week. 4 picks. I
love you, Shayne.
4 picks.
Oh love shit. You, Shayne.
He's gonna do it next week. He's gonna do it next week. 3 picks. Oh, he had 4 touchdowns. Here we go. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. Yeah, it sucks. And listen, Phil, we talked a little bit about this today.
Yeah.
It does. It's too bad with Teven Jenkins. I think that I happen to think that there's a little bit more to this. I think I think Teven came in hot and heavy and talking a bunch of tough guy shit. Olin Kreutz talked about it on our air. I asked him if it worried him, and it did. He's like, bro, when you're coming in, especially at that position, I don't need to hear you say that you're gonna put people into the fucking ground. Just go fucking do it. And I can't get out of my fucking brain when training camp opens at Hallis Hall and you see this fucking guy walking in through the parking lot carrying a fucking free weight. Why? Why are you doing that? Every fucking weight in the fucking world is there at your disposal inside Hallis Hall. But it's like Teven was trying to create this fucking badass motherfucker killer mentality without actually going out and doing the fucking work. And I hope I'm 100% wrong on that. And that shit's going to catch up to you.
Right.
Real
it's
fucking
not
fast
the
in this league.
WWF.
It's like, there's cameras over there. Oh, shit, watch this. This is the fucking role I'm going to play. Oh, Tariq's got a fucking spider car. I'm going to fucking come in the parking lot and fucking drive like an idiot because there's cameras there. Do you remember that a few years ago?
Absolutely. Do I remember
you get
it?
that shit caught. That shit catches up with you. Yeah, you do. It's
hunting a ball after a fucking first down.
You can't,
or an interception.
You can't fucking play the part. Just go in there, shut the fuck up, and do your job.
Listen,
that's what he
I
needs
need
to do.
Caden or Jackal to find Villanueva, the offensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, had a great speech to his football team. Find that. And I want to make this point very clear to Adam Hogue and Johns and people that have never fucking played the game of football in their life. And if they did, they were a fucking JV player because they don't fucking know. There's no way any coach worth their fucking grain of salt is watching availability being your best attribute. That is not ever said in an NFL locker room.
No.
That is said by a fantasy fucking football world. That is what is said. That is when it's said. It's performance. It's how you fundamentally go out there and attack the game. After you're a Hall of Famer like Tom Brady, his greatest attribute was he's there every fucking game taking a beat. No, it's how he fucking played the game. So don't look at me or this network and come with this fucking Charles Leno bullshit. It's ridiculous. I've done enough work to show you. And Ryan Pace himself moved on from this. This injury is not a fucking joke. And when Ian Rappaport goes on the fucking network and says, this is to alleviate whatever fucking happened for this kid. He's a rookie. To Shayne's point, he's 100% right. But he's still a kid. Going in there, thinking he's the shit, trying to build himself up for what he's got to endure. Because he doesn't know. So when you get someone like Jason Peters in here, that is a fucking fundamentally athlete whose availability for years is a great attribute, but it ain't his best. That's fucking baseball. Go save that shit for baseball or whatever the fuck sport. That's fucking good for water polo. It is not good for football, not on any level. Because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of kids that I coached that were available every week, but they still sucked. No matter how much you tried. So save that bullshit for another narrative network, PFF, and every other fucking person. I'll say it right to Hogan Johns. You're doing a disservice to this franchise and its fan base by going out there and stipulating that shit as an afterthought, a catch-22 after this shit has transpired. The tape doesn't lie on Teven Jenkins. And when he does come back and starts there for 20 years or whatever the frig, then what's the story going to be then? We fucked up. This isn't the end of his career. This isn't who the fuck is Miss Cleo out here predicting Teven Jenkins' career now because it started off bad. I'm going to defend Ryan Pace because if he did his homework like Greg Gabriel said, and he called these people around the league, and he's not calling PFF, and he's not calling a reporter who's never played. He's calling people around the league professional. No, we love this kid, or we like this kid. And anybody worth their grain of salt watches his tape and says, wow. Now we go. There's no fucking psychics out there. This shit happens every day. Tomorrow, some superstar in the league is going to get hurt. That's football. So stop writing your fucking stories of bullshit and let's focus on what is going to happen on the football field. That's how I talk to my team. You think that rookie, he's not even starting. Shayne and I said, no matter what, he gets in and he goes to the competition. Him running his mouth, we're going to fucking razz that motherfucker. We're going to make sure Teven Jenkins is put in his place, the bottom of the roster, until he earns it. Well, that story changes. But I will never let anybody on this network. You're done. You got a fucking story to tell. Get out. There is no story. The only story, and I'm going off on a rant, is that you swung the bat at a potential left tackle. And I'll say this last point, Shayne. I'm sorry. Because I was so fucking ready for tonight because of this Leno bullshit. You watched Leno last week in a fucking preseason game. He's doing the same shit, even if worse.
Yeah.
It's a pathetic piece of shit. You move on from that. And you know what? Like my father said, the Wally Pipp story with Lou Gehrig. You never know. You don't know what a Wilkinson is. You only know what you've been told. Someone said he didn't play well. They're fucking full of shit. I watched every rep. Every rep. And he played goddamn good football. He only could build off that. All I need is an opportunity. That's all I need. That's what an NFL football player is. Last point. I know I said I had a last point. Jason Peters on his fucking, if he's 60%, he's a better left tackle than Leno ever was. Ever was. And that's the end of that. God, it's disgusting that this fucking fan base has to endure narratives and sheep. They're sheep.
Oh, they are. They're going to buy into it, Phil. Like if Adam Hogue was on air with us right now, and I said to Adam, how are you feeling about one of your last mock drafts when you had Kellen Mond going in the first round to Chicago? Do you regret that? And if he's defending it, it's going to be, well, it's too early. This is. There's a lot of attributes that I love about Kellen Mond, but it's early. I'm not going to write the fucking story on this kid. But this is exactly what they're doing on Teven Jenkins. You know what I mean? Yes, it sucks. I get it. And people are out there saying that, oh, this is Kevin White and this is Gabe Karimi. And if you fucking looked at Gabe Karimi had fucking tiny legs. You knew there was going to be an issue there. You knew that Teven Jenkins, I think, needs to fucking mature mentally and grow the fuck up, because
this is humbling. I
don't need you to fucking come in and tell me that you're going to put a grown man in the dirt in the fucking National Football League. That's great. I bought into the hype. I get excited about it. Shut the fuck. You know what I want to hear? I want to hear a fucking leader like Justin Fields says, you know what? There's been enough fucking talk. I'm ready to go out there and I'm ready to go play some fucking ball. I don't need to see Justin Fields carrying a fucking free weight into Hallis Hall because there's fucking 25 cameras up there and like, look at this motherfucker. He's locked in and this dude carries around free weight. Dude, you have a fucking multi-million-dollar complex right in front of you with every fucking weight in the world. But your dumbass is going to get out of your car and grab that for what? Do you think that the fucking Chicago Bears strength staff said, oh, Teven, we need you to carry that around? No, that's you being a fucking me guy and an immature fucking kid that needs to grow the fuck up. A country bumpkin. Oh, I didn't know there was skyscrapers in the city of Chicago. Okay, well, get out of your fucking shell. Now you got your fucking quick dose of reality. There's been a lot of that going around lately, right, Phil? You think you're on fucking easy street, and then you get kicked in the fucking face real fast. Right there. Yeah, nice fucking weight.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. For what? What does that prove, Teven? Nothing. Nothing.
Well, here's the one other thing that I want to say. The Bears don't do a service. I don't know why it's Claudio's thing is echoing. Holy shit, Claudio. Jesus, I don't know what that noise was in the background.
I think it's his AC.
Jackal's shaking his head like, see, he can't do it.
Hey, no AC in here. It's hot as shit, but whatever.
The competition.
Can you look up in one of your books how to fix a loud AC?
Dude, I don't even have the AC.
Hold on a second. I actually have nothing near me to grab.
Maybe
so
it's your headset.
Maybe it's my headset because I don't have the AC on. So maybe
Oh,
it's my
so
headset.
loud, but it sounds better now.
Does it sound better? Okay.
Yeah, whatever you did, keep it there.
All right.
Jackal, did you find the Villanueva thing or Caden? Baltimore Ravens Villanueva speaks to team. Find that shit for me. It's very pertinent because all of these players come from all over the world, everywhere, every race, every creed, every nationality, everything, right? And then you get to this point where you decide how you're going to play, who you're going to be, and how you're going to attack it. So on this network, we only could go. I'll say it again for the fucking trolls that are going to be like agitated. I saw Greg in there. I know he's making a joke about give me a tackle or give me death. Well, they moved on from Leno and they drafted 2 tackles. They signed Wilkinson and now Jason Peters and who else? I have no idea what's next, what the plan is. But they saw the biggest issue like I did, like this network did, that it's unacceptable to be below average because it wasn't average. Robert Schmitz is completely wrong in every PFF score I've ever seen. When I bring on Coach George DeLeon or my father and we're watching tape of this, it's a travesty in football to watch Leno. And it showed itself again. If you didn't watch the Washington football team, go watch it. Same shit. New team, same shit. So
that's not changing.
It's never going to change. It's never. So here we are fighting and combating a fucking Chicago Bear, anxiety, if you will. This fan base just wants to be negative. You want to be negative. It's like there's no winning in being that way. There's winning because you don't see the interior of the game. Tonight we have a guy that does. He played for the Chicago Bears. He did it. And I think back to Teven Jenkins' immaturity that Shayne's pointing out, and we'll get to this. This right here is a showcase. This is what I hope Teven watches. You have to share the audio if you're going to play this.
Yeah, it's
always choppy with Jackal. It's fuck.
Yeah. Jackal, send me that link.
Send it to Shayne. Send it to Shayne. We got to upgrade his internet over there or something. Claudio.
Well, listen.
Claudio's stealing internet. That's the barber way.
I got 2 internets I'm stealing. I got my choice of which internet. Listen,
now the mic doesn't work.
There's another injury, obviously, that happened out today. It's a minor one, but obviously, I think everybody wants to hear your guys' opinion on the groin injury with Justin Fields.
I thought that Coach Nagy said he's definitely playing on Saturday, so that just
the super cautious, and I get it. You need to be when you're an athletic quarterback, just any athlete. When you're talking about a groin, listen, I want to see the kid play, but as a guy that's going to look big, it's the same thing with Teven Jenkins. Everybody's talking about him maybe coming back mid-season. I don't want him back until he's ready to fucking go. If he misses a year, yes, it sucks, but it's going to be better for him long term. Same thing with Justin Fields. If he tweaked his groin and they wanted to be ultra cautious with it. Now, listen, this is the way that you have to look at it. look at it from a business sense, not from a fucking fan's perspective, like we all tend to do. And oh my God, if we can't see him fucking play. If Justin Fields' groin injury was any type of factor that would limit him, he would never be in fucking pads. He'd never have his helmet on. He'd never be out on the fucking practice field. Just because a fucking errant fucking play can go wrong, he can be in the way and have to fucking move fast. So
exactly.
You have to just switch your perspectives. It's like my fucking DMs are loaded with people bashing Ryan fucking Pace, saying this is Kevin White all over again. And it's just, I get it. Fan is short for fanatic. I get it. It sucks. It is what it is. But the situations are completely different. Completely different. It's
completely. Listen to this, Shayne. The one thing that we have always said, even prior to starting our own network, the Chicago Bears never fail, ever, in giving you a soap opera.
Yeah, it's
true. Is the greatest reality TV you are ever going to see. From the Gestapo Bears of not allowing you to freaking film to, you know, Matt Nagy and Akeem Hicks having an argument on the field, to Teven Jenkins, to draft, to trade up, to get to the point where the Chicago Bears definitely give you something to talk. Who was it? Bonnie Raitt. Let's give him something to talk about. I only know that because it was fucking Funkster Jones who told me that was her, because I was singing it the other day. But anyway, let's play this clip real quick.
Jackal, you have to play it from your end because you shared it.
I think it's Caden. Caden,
or whoever did. Yeah,
Caden. Hopefully, there's volume on it. No.
You got to share the audio.
Our young producers. So when you share your screen,
text Caden's mom and have her ground him real quick.
When you share your screen on this, you have to click that little button, tab, and then the button below it says share audio. You have to click that. So
speaking of drama, the Cowboys are doing the Hard Knocks. Do you think the Bears will ever do Hard Knocks?
I do, because there's a point where they can't get out of it. Legally,
yeah, right. They
with
can't,
the
yeah,
NFL,
they're forced to. That's right. There's like,
but there's such
criteria.
there's such an old school franchise. Listen, if they don't want fucking Greg Braggs recording a handful of snaps from the fucking stands, can you imagine when they have fucking 8K cameras and 57 fucking dudes from HBO walking around? I mean, they're gonna have a fucking heart attack. Yeah. So
let's hear this. I wanted to share this.
You know, if you want to overcome injuries, the long season we got ahead, the disappointments, the tough moments in your career when you get caught, picked up, free agency, it all boils down to how much you love the game of football. And so I ask everyone to do a little bit of, you know, thinking in terms of, you know, what is the game giving you in your life? And I know for me, it's been incredibly special. I came to this country when I was 17 years old, and I had nothing other than this football team that taught me absolutely everything about America. I mean, how many other places in the world can you have a group like this? As diverse from different places in the United States, all looking for the common goal. That's unbelievable. I love being a warrior. I love being a warrior, you guys. So let's break it down.
That's what it's about right there. Do you see it right there, Shayne? I mean, that's the message. That's this game. It ain't how many starts consecutively. It ain't your fucking availability. It's your love of the game and the brotherhood. When I saw that, I'm like, I'm sharing that with the 100 crew, because I'll tell you right now, that's keeping it 100. This guy was a former tight end at Army. If you know his story, he went undrafted and worked his ass off to make it in the league. He was on the fucking Bears. He was on the Bears and we cut him. Could have been your fucking left tackle right there. Long story short, all you got to understand about this game is if you fucking have the drive, Teven, you're going to go out there and get yourself back and be the best player. He has that opportunity.
That's the
on
big
him.
thing here, Phil. I brought up the Coach Gundy clip from after Teven was drafted, and
Did
this
you have
is
it? You have it?
I don't have it, but he talked about, he's like, when Teven wants to do it when Teven is locked in mentally, he can dominate people. And that's knowing what you know now, having that information and looking back that your fucking head coach says when you're locked in mentally tells me that there was a lot of fucking times when Teven didn't give a fuck, where they had to push him to be locked in mentally. And this is what I'm saying. I know, and I don't want to say that it definitely is, but I will be pretty surprised if we don't find out at some point that there's a maturity issue, which has been brought up. But I think that there's going to end up being a mental health portion of this with this kid. And hopefully this time off and time away while he's rehabbing his back is going to be a little bit of a dose of reality for him to get straightened out. And it is. Listen, this kid came from fucking nothing, lost his mother at a young age. His dad brought him up, and then boom, you see a team, the charter franchise trade up for you.
Right.
You're Bright Lights, big city of Chicago.
You're in the
you're in the league for 72 hours, and your fucking competition at that position that you're going to be fighting for, they launched that guy. So a lot of things, you got a bunch of money in your fucking pocket. So a lot of things were going right for Teven Jenkins to make him think like, oh, there's a little bit of Anthony Miller here. 7 touchdowns as a rookie. Fuck it, I'm going to get 14 next year just because I'm that fucking good. And unfortunately, Teven is getting his kick in the ass before he even gets to suit up.
Now, let me say this. God has, listen, all of us endured. And if you're new to the show, then you weren't witness to the drama we've endured with the collaboration press conference and how down in the doldrums we are with the clown show. So you then peel back, they do a 180 to get Justin Fields, and think about the big giant thing you missed in Deshaun Watson being your pick, right? You should have picked him back with Mitch, but you avoided this. But luckily, you lucked into avoiding this, right?
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know.
This could be a big avoidance.
Maybe they didn't luck into it, Phil.
Maybe they didn't.
This is what we don't know. They very well could have heard fucking.
I don't dodged a bullet either way.
I don't think Deshaun got in here and just fucking all of a sudden became this in the NFL. Let's be completely fucking honest. And the NFL has a way of finding shit out. And maybe don't forget this dude dropped. He was drafted number 12 by Houston. Houston traded up. So 11 other teams also passed Deshaun Watson.
My point is this.
Just saying.
We dodged a fucking bullet, right? Because we got Justin. And we believe what we saw in Justin Fields this past weekend, we're going to get into it, was poised. Obviously, we broke it down at halftime, over 10,000 plus views on Bears Hour Live, which will be live again this Saturday, right after Bears versus fucking Bills with Mitch Trubisky. And yes, I'm not here to raise your kids. I'm going to swear as much as I goddamn want, because that's what I do. Anyway. I don't even know I'm swearing, as I told Greg today. But the reality is, now, where was the big wart on Teven? What his coach said. How does Teven get ready for a career? I know everyone wants to see the shiny new toy on Christmas Day, but sometimes your dad forgot the fucking batteries, right? So you can't play with it. Well, in this case, Teven probably needs to be humbled. Probably needs to what Shayne has said, because he's 100%. This isn't the WWF. You ain't coming in here like DDP fucking dropping it like that. I'm going to knock over people. I'm going to destroy Akeem and Khalil. You got to do it. You don't talk about it. You do it. And Olin was 100% right. But this might be a blessing in disguise. That's how you got to look at it. You just got to go and roll with the punches. You can't be the fucking dumbass Packer fans living with 40 years of Hall of Fame fucking quarterback play with nothing. to show for it. But 2 rings, Tom Brady holds up all his rings. So the Chicago Bears did something they never do. They went out and they signed a guy who's an athletic freak, who's older in years, and he's a protection. Because Larry Borum could go out there and just destroy and be your left tackle, and then all of a sudden Jenkins comes back and he's your right tackle.
Yeah, and don't forget Ian Rappaport in that fucking clip said he was in Chicago. He talked to Nagy and he talked to Pace, and he brought up Larry Borum as a guy who has surprised. And
exactly.
There's
and my father, Shayne, more importantly on this network, he said it pre-draft. Larry Borum might be the best tackle in this draft. If you're a patron, you know that. You tell them right now, patrons, that's what was going on all offseason. So Larry has a chance to be Lou Gehrig. That story. You don't know. And then Jenkins goes to right tackle, and the rest will be history. But if you're going to get on this fucking, for lack of a better term, we're going to call it the Hogan Johns train, where we're going to fucking preach something about Leno and availability and cause mass hysteria and sheep to panic and the meatballer to call Kaplan tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, that Ryan Pace. He should have kept that Leno. He's always out there. Listen, this isn't an exact science. It's inexact. So we got to get through this on this network together. We're going to assess it. We're going to look at Elijah Wilkinson. I don't know why I go Elijah Alexander in my head all the time. That former linebacker, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that were down on him. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you guys
keep facts.
When would you guys say you think Jenkins might come back from this year?
I'm with Shayne. I'm like,
I want him back when he's healthy.
When he's healthy, you bring him back. There's no reason. Now, there is a point in there. I don't know. We don't need to play it again, but if you hear Ian Rappaport, he says 100% this has fixed this issue.
Yeah, that's why they did it. And
that's why they did 100%. This is why they did this.
It'll fix the issues that he was dealing with in college and whatever this new issue that has cropped up. And that's the way. Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize this. Like if you see guys that pop their Achilles tendon or whatever like that, and what happens after they do that, or if they tear up their ACL, when you're coming back, you end up compensating for your one leg that's injured with your other leg. And then you end up developing issues with that. And then that's when you'll see them pull a hamstring in the other leg, or they'll have a calf strain or whatever. And it's one thing leads to another. It's just, you know what I mean? If your foundation, which let's be honest, as an offensive lineman, is your fucking back, quite honestly, if there's a fucking issue there, other things you're compensating for it. You're not gonna get in your proper stance, because when you're in your proper stance, you feel it in your back. So you're compensating it for it and trying to get around it, and it's causing other issues as you go down the line. And hey, as much as it sucks, I am 100% on board with the way that the Bears decided with surgery. My bigger concern is, I think it's Teven Jenkins, enough of the tough guy fucking bullshit. Just go out there, rehab like a fucking warrior, and get back when you're ready. And put all the fucking immature bullshit aside. I don't need to hear you say I'm going to put motherfuckers into the dirt. This is the NFL, dude. I don't give a fuck what you say. Olin Kreutz knows better than anybody. He's the single toughest motherfucker that I've ever seen. He took zero bullshit from anybody. And he's like, yeah, come on. I don't, especially from a fucking rookie, I don't need you to come in here and fucking, come on, just stop with that nonsense.
We don't need to hear it. Just
especially at that position. It's true, man. That position, Phil, You have,
especially that position.
Yeah, it's you want to have confidence, and I get it, but you want to have that fucking quiet confidence. You ever go out when you're fucking a little bit younger and shit like that, and you're at the bar, and there's the one dude that just won't shut the fuck up, and he's talking shit. Nobody ever worried about that motherfucker. It was the dude at the other end of the bar that just fucking had his elbows on the bar and sat there and was sipping his fucking whiskey or whatever the fuck he's drinking. You're like, yeah, I'm going to watch that dude down there because he's not saying a fucking word. It's the guys that are talking a bunch that end up being the fucking pussies and over talkers.
American Gangster, that movie, he had a great quote. The loudest person in the room is the weakest.
Yeah.
That's usually how it is.
That doesn't say too much about Phil Toshin.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There's hope, guys. There's hope.
There is hope for me. I'll tell you, I might be the loudest person on the
Yes.
but I'll back it up for sure.
Where's
for sure.
Angelo?
Listen, Angelo, I talked to Angelo today.
What?
Yes, he's working.
What?
He's doing better. So
good.
We'll see Angelo again at some point. But this was a definite focus. Obviously, we're going to focus more on that when we get Big Steve on here. Did we want to just go to Cool Kennedy quick and talk a little bit about his experience there? Is he
It's never a bad time to bring on Cool Kennedy. Well,
I'm not saying that.
There he is.
There he is. Cool Kennedy.
Let me get it right. Let me get the situation right. There you go.
There you go. The situation was collaboration. Then, obviously, Justin Fields. You were there live at Soldier Field. Obviously, if you're new to this network, this show, Cool Kennedy is the music producer here, the director of all music. We got a lot of stuff in the works. But you were there, CK.
Yeah.
What was the vibe like? It was your wife's birthday and everything, but for you personally, and then just pull back some layers of what it meant and what you saw there at Soldier Fields.
I wrote down 2 words. I had some notes, but the 2 words that come to mind, it was electric and it was becoming. So basically it was a rough start, I gotta say, for the logistics of the Chicago Bears team and the traffic flow. I'm all for Arlington Heights. Let's get it off the top. Because I already know that as a fan, like I already know it's time. There's too much traffic around that area. It's the middle of the city of Chicago, so
right.
It makes sense. But anyways, I know that town is gonna bend its knee for the Bears, and it's gonna all roads will lead to the new quote Soldier
so
Field.
you're all for it after that experience.
Hell yeah.
Because it was obviously we had Caden was late.
Yep.
Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very Galileo. There you go. He was out, having an issue getting in. So was Ron G. You. Only one there was Greg Braggs, who probably was there at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, super early. Yeah.
So the only way to get there is early. I was lucky enough to, like I said, stay at a hotel or an Airbnb and walk across to go into the park. Otherwise, there's all this chaos and commotion with parking, and you felt that. It's tough down there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
The stadium and the sight lines and all that. But like Shayne once said, fuck the sight lines. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see the Lombardi hoisted up, and that's really the vibe for Justin Fields. You felt, your texts when he entered the game, you could feel, like you said, the electricity. You were there. Obviously, a whole mess of us were there. But from your perspective, was it that moment of reckoning? Like, this guy is the number one quarterback.
I could see it because you could just see by like the jerseys, how many Fields jerseys there were.
Yeah.
People have already bought into the idea. Like, it's not out of disrespect for Dalton. It's just not the same natural excitement. So like when he stepped on the field, the ovation was crazy. You know, like he hadn't done anything yet, but he did everything in the same time because just the rejuvenation, given the history of the Bears situation with quarterbacks, man, you could just tell something feels very different. And, you know, he has a lot to prove, and I give him room to grow and room to spread his wings still. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to prove that, even though there's no shoes to fill technically, but it's a lot of open space of expectation. So that sometimes would probably be, if it wasn't for his natural skill and you could tell just the natural speed, like he made it look easy. You know what I mean? Like, whereas the decision making, like you pointed out when you were doing the film, sorry, I'm in the city myself.
No worries.
But like, sorry, when you were doing the film, you were saying commanding. I could tell that, like him coming across the field, looking, telling guys to go left, go right, you know, directing traffic. You know what I mean? Like the traffic we were sitting in, he was directing the traffic. Even though it was chaotic at times, when things broke down, you could tell he's still in his mind wanted to control it. So like that's already more than Trubisky. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's already more
well
than
said.
We've seen. So
no,
so his willingness to put his thumbprint on the game was so invigorating. You know what I mean? Like it was something that was fresh in itself. Like they didn't have to win the game for Chicago to still be any less excited, you know?
I feel it.
Yeah.
Shayne,
cool, Kennedy, when you're, you know, we were lucky enough to have a guy that is a part of our network, you know, watches and stuff. Phil and I were talking to him that gave the tickets and stuff like that. So we're talking, and so glad that you got to go and stuff like that. But just we've talked about this, how it felt different that if draft night the Bears traded up and they'd put it in and it was Mac Jones.
Yeah.
From your perspective as a black man that's there, just speak on that. Like you're in the stands, you're there with your wife, and you're like, that motherfucker is the leader of my fucking team that's going to take us, you know, lead us for the next hopefully 12 to 15 years. And he's a black quarterback. Speak on that from like your perspective. Could you feel that when he took the field?
Definitely. You know, it's always a sense of pride anytime you have a dog in the fight, right? So like it's natural in sports as well. So I'm sure there are many Irish people feel some type of way as soon as an Irish boxer gets up. You know what I mean? Like it's just natural. It's just natural that anytime you have somebody that's representing for you, for your culture, you know, I don't know Justin Fields. He reminds me a little bit of my brother Nigel. He's in college, you know, but he reminds me a little bit of that. He's from that age range. You know what I'm saying? So like I see my brother in him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that I think about too much, but I can, you know, it's a reality. Like there's some familiarity with him. So I mean, my notes are basically on how much also the O-line stepped up when hit on the second team O-line. How much different. Like when he came in, he was with the first team, like some more of the first team guys. There might have been some substitutions, but you saw that center, the Redmond, bro. I wanted to tell you this all week. Redmond looked like he had the gel with him. You know what I mean? Like he'd been working with them. Mustapher seemed like he was a little jittery, you know, although he was in earlier, but they didn't have the same chemistry as Redmond had. As soon as Redmond came in, boom, it was running. You know what I mean? It was a machine that now you're not even thinking about the O-line play because it's just running. You know, when you see a game in live, when you see it in person,
there's something
most people aren't thinking about that. You know, most people aren't thinking about the line, but that's where the game starts. But when the offense is moving and it's working down the field, you're not supposed to notice the line. You know what I mean? Like when the O-line is doing its job.
Right.
Because it's just movement and moving forward. But you need to do a breakdown on Redmond too, man, because I feel like he earned some points in my book. It was noticeable. You know, Mustapher had a few, you know, I think he can, there's areas in his game where he can improve, but Redmond looked like he just was working with Fields. And
Redmond is number 62 in your program. I just want to double back on two things. The black quarterback becomes a thing for those of you getting very nervous. It's like Claudio rooting for Italy in soccer. It's like what you said, the Irish guy, but in Chicago, it has always been overlooked. And you can't throw 8th round pick Vince Evans in there to cover this. So it becomes something that makes people uncomfortable to talk about. And for you to be so transparent and vulnerable in it, you know, for my son to watch it and see the history of that and see that whole narrative be gone. It was emotional for me because I know I've had to endure being a Bears fan in another state, and to hear these things be talked about, even more so when the Bears chose Mitch Trubisky over Deshaun Watson, which was a layup, and I couldn't understand it. So we're cheering for the jersey. I always say that. I don't give a fuck who's black, brown, purple, green, or yellow. But these things in football where you heard Villanueva talk about in that great speech, we all come together. And I just think it was a great question, Shayne. And I'm glad we were able to talk about it because now it's Justin Fields' time. And real quick, there's no script. I just remember being a little boy and I was around ignorance. Okay. And I remember Michael Jordan and Walter Payton being so dominant at their games, and was just Magic Johnson's was my guy, my idol. I had a poster of Magic and Walter. I still have that Vice. What is it? Chicago. I had that Chicago Vice poster. And I remember being around ignorance and people saying nasty things about black people. But an hour ago, they were cheering for their favorite black player. And as a young little boy, I remember asking my dad in tears, and I get emotional now. Why did people do that, Dad? Why? And I'm lucky that I had a father that stood. When I see Tim Madison in the chat, he stood for everybody. The person is who they are, not the color, not their culture, not anything. You learn, surround yourself with good people. All these things I've opened up and shared on this show come to fruition in your answer. And for me, that's what this family is about. TTNL, you fucking troll boys, if you have an issue with it, please. It's the first black quarterback ever. I think he was saying, I didn't see his comment. I don't have my glasses. The first black quarterback ever drafted in the first round by the Chicago Bears. There is something special to that, whether you want to hear that or not. And for black people, you have every right to stand up and be a little bit more proud at that moment of your Chicago Bears. Now, that being said, there's something else that Cool Kennedy said that I feel like jumps off the tape, Shayne. When he talks about when Justin came in, the offensive line and everybody else, there is a commanding presence when you're around elite talent that all of a sudden, the guy that sucks, I swear to God, I've witnessed this so many times in my life. All of a sudden, adrenaline, passion, they find it in their heart to play that much better. Because let's just face it, just like we talked about Jenkins, Borum, and Wilkinson. The fucking other blog boys and everyone's writing Wilkinson off like he doesn't even exist without knowing what they're looking at, right? Something inside of him. And this is my shot. And he looks in the fucking mirror and becomes an all-pro. There's undrafted free agents that are in the Hall of Fame because they were pushed down the depth chart and they didn't like it. And they rose to the occasion around great talent. That happens. Lomas Brown will tell you There's something about Barry Sanders that made me a better fucking player. Made me better. I just felt it. I had to do better for him.
Yeah.
That's what Cool Kennedy is saying. That's what I believe the it factor that Zach Pearson was talking about when he saw it in no pads. Now pads, this guy has something, like Shayne said. I love Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is going to be a great quarterback, but I think there is something inherently, soulfully, spiritually that Justin Fields has that I have been around and has made me a better person, a better father, and a better football player. And I think we've got it. So that has to be exciting. Again, there's no fucking script here. So I know kind of went this way and then that way, but this is the passion project, TTNL. This is family. I've never had the pleasure of meeting you, Cool Kennedy, if we made music together. Usually it's only me and my wife making music together. But I have so much love for you, and to be able to see you there and the excitement on your face, to witness this is amazing. Not everybody has a wife like Jenny Braggs, right? That lets their husbands go to all these events and enjoy these moments, because let's face it, there's nothing. I'll be the first one, if no one else could admit it, but there is a disease, and it's called the Chicago Bears. And I have that disease.
Hey, you know what? And to say that too, like to respond your intro.
Yes.
The intro was lovely, because it does, when the dust is settling from that game. Look, it's not even a week yet, right?
Yeah.
The dust is settling from that game, and you already, like you said, it's a disease or a condition. I call it the Bears blog anxiety, right? Like you said, the blog boys, like it's an anxiety that we have. It's a condition that Bears fans have.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just reading this thing. Vikings rookie left tackle Christian Darrisaw out after groin surgery. This is the temperament of what's going on around the league. Like
there you go.
Sometimes this is hit or miss. You saw what you saw on the tape with Teven. It popped off the page when you're looking at tape. Like you say, you're not seeing all the sit downs. You're not getting to talk to him personally. It's what you can judge off of tape alone, that's why the Bears should be held more accountable, because they have all that opportunity. You know what I mean? To talk and sit down and even talk to parents. You know what I mean? Like, so either way it goes, like this is the nature of the game where people get hurt, man, and it sucks. Like Shayne said, it sucks that this is happening. Maybe this is happening for some better reason, greater purpose. He needs to learn how to calm his words. You know what I mean? All that other type of shit outside of the game. But like that Villanueva clip you just showed, that brings it all back down to earth from a guy you could tell who uses his words around the team and is a top-notch veteran like Villanueva. Like they need guys like that. See, Leno wasn't that on the team. Think about if Leno was that and he was coming into that situation where they weren't about to get rid of his ass. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God, you're hitting it out of the park.
And it's like, bro, like, but this is also the problem, a culmination of not preparing for the fucking quarterback for the future, because you should have been working on the line a long time ago. But like you said, he's the reason why he's not hurt in every game. He's fucking dodging on the ground. He's not making contact. That's how you stay alive.
It's exactly it. And
like that's how you stay on the field.
Yes, you're hitting all of those fucking home runs as you're speaking, because this isn't like I commit my whole life around the Bears. So I don't have any shticks. There's nothing. There's just the tape that tells me. That's why I get out of my seat to defend David Montgomery. And that's why I got out of my seat to attack Leno. Effort. If Leno was a fucking leader of men, he would have had the same kind of sentiment that Villanueva had.
Yeah.
All right. I know our guest is in the chat, and I want to get
I'll come back in.
Yeah, you'll come back in after him. We'll bring you back. But we do it a certain way here, Claudio. We introduce our guys. And this guy, I love this guy. Another guy, TTNL, his family, former Chicago Bear, Big Steve Edwards.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Charles Leno is not good, man.
Unless you're living under a rock or getting flogged with like Speed Bump Charlie, you know that our beloved Bears have really made offensive line play truly offensive. Who better to have on than someone who lived it, who breathed it, who loved it? 100 crew, get up out your seats and give it up for Mount Carmel's own. He's former Chicago Bears offensive lineman, Steve Edwards. Buckle up, Leno family. Things are about to get real.
There he is, Big Steve Edwards, my man. I miss you. 50 grand, my man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. What's going on with you guys? Shayne, what's up? I ain't seen Shayne. Forget Phil. I talk to Phil.
That's right.
I ain't seen Shayne, man. I ain't seen Shayne in a minute.
He gives me no airtime, Steve. He's like, you just do all the fucking work behind the scenes, take care of everybody at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Man.
Fucking slave driver over here, this dude.
I come here to start some stuff, man. I love Shayne, man. I had to get Shayne a shout out, man. It's good to see his face, man.
Part of this family,
man.
and Shayne is too. Shayne, I'm impressed tonight. Shayne, Cool Kennedy, and Claudio back from Italy. You want to say hi to him?
What's up, Claudio?
What up? What up, Big Steve?
What up, man? Italy? That's how you doing it?
Back to the homeland.
That's that barber money.
Yeah, that barber money. That tax return money. That's what that is.
Let's get right into this because I know we got Steve for maybe till 10:20 East. So we want to make sure we get some time out of this guy. Steve, obviously, we've been hammering home defending Teven to an extent. Like, you don't automatically write this guy off, and he's Chris Williams now. That's the big, Hogan Johns thing. And we should have kept Charles Leno. You saw it, and that intro I produced way back in October of last year when you said Charles Leno's not good, man. I mean, you're keeping it 100. You're on here. First, let's start off there with that narrative, Steve. Obviously, the city of you're seeing it on Twitter yourself. Instead, it's crazy. So speak on Leno versus this situation. It's time to just close that chapter, or do you want to say some other stuff?
For the fact that it's a desperation out of it's pretty nuts what I'm hearing in Chicago today. I kind of got the news a little bit late. That I knew it was going down. I mean, the guy's back and it's been quietly kept. Yeah. It's back. And I knew, back is a problematic thing, especially being that young. It was some concern there for me. You're taking on your offensive lineman. Yeah, you're coming out, you're attacking, but there's a certain arch in your back, you got. And then if you're a pass pro, you're absorbing some guys. Some guys trying to run around, some guys that come right down the middle. You got to kind of take on it, brace on that, compact. And I was worried about him, but so I'm not shocked of the results that he has to get surgery. He saw it really quickly when they signed Peters. You knew it was like, okay, it's really serious. And then obviously follows up with the surgery news, and everybody wants to go through this mass panic, and it's just like Chicago. Chicago is just like there's no you're high or you're low. It's no in between. Like I've said this for years. Like there's no in between with Chicago and especially with the Bears when it comes to the Bears in particular. Not any other sport. Now any other team. It's the Bears.
Right.
You know, left tackle's down. We don't even know if the guy was going to be the starter yet. You know, there was a lot of competition going on. There was a lot of moving parts going into the thing. Obviously, a lot of injuries, but I don't think it was set in stone that the guy was going to be the starter at left tackle.
That's how it should be, Steve. We said it before. You and I talked. His tape is great. The injury obviously now has to get handled. I don't know if you saw Ian Rappaport. 100% this surgery is going to fix the issue. So they're fixing. You don't fucking drive a car that needs an oil change another 30,000. You're going to destroy it, right? You get it oil changed and then you get it fixed. Whatever happens.
My wife
That's
does.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
But the Leno stuff, Steve. I mean, the Leno stuff. I wanted you to talk on that.
Pure desperation by Bears fans to bring up Leno. Now, I had to think, thinking as the day went, so this will happen. One of my team, one of my good friends. So I think he's a good football mind, decent mind. When it comes to sports, he was like, they gave Leno, Pace needs to be fired. I said, well, I've been saying Pace needs to be fired for a lot of things, not moving up to go get your left tackle when you need a left tackle who was the guy you were targeting in the first round. That, drafting Trubisky and Calvin White and all these, that's where he should have been fired, not this. I was like, dude,
right.
I said, he said, you didn't let Leno go? I said, Leno is terrible. That's what I said. And I didn't say anything else. And he came with a bunch of texts. I said, no more need for me to respond to you, buddy, for the rest of the day, because I'm telling you, did you play offensive line? I'm telling you, Leno, I give him credit. He had a long career. He had the longest starts and snaps or whatever that is, and that's cool. Right. Moving forward, we just can't win with the guy. You just want to keep the guy. That's your response,
right?
Because
it's a mentality. It's a mentality, Steve. You played on the offensive line when you have a guy playing an important position like that, and he's soft. It fucking permeates, dude. You're like, why they're trotting this guy out just because he doesn't get hurt? Yeah, that's his upside. That's his
Gil Gomez said it. He's like, yeah, he doesn't get hurt. And Cool Kennedy, he's on the ground. Oh, he's avoiding effort. He's avoiding play. So of course he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, the dude's he's not attacking. He's not. Is his elbow sore from punching the living daylights out of people? No, and my elbows used to be sore because I was jacking people up. I was trying to deliver a death blow. My elbows might have been sore. But this is a desperate plea by Bears fans. Like, calm the hell down.
That's why you're on this show.
It
was coincidental.
But hey, real quick before we move off of this, we have a little breaking news in the sports world.
Hold on. This is big.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Into the TTNL Network studios, Tiger Woods is making his comeback. I'm not sure if you guys see this or not. He's back. He's rehabbing.
Whoa.
Tiger Woods back on the golf course.
Oh,
kill motherfuckers.
Who? Hold on, man. This is sabotage at its finest, right there. I'm looking at breaking news.
What?
Like,
he's looking down at his phone and breaking the Tiger Woods news.
Man, first of all, how did y'all get that footage? And I'm just
nerd alert. Lunch with Larry. Larry Mayer's always popping pictures.
They texted it to us. It to us.
Wow. I actually played good that day too. Yesterday. Was that yesterday shit? It was such a long day.
He's got excellent get off.
We have to be honest, Steve. I was upstairs getting ready, and Phil sends me this picture, and I knew immediately where he was going. He's like, "This shit's got to make an appearance tonight." And I'm like, "I already know what we're doing. This is going to be a breaking news Tiger Woods update. So
oh man, that was great. You threw me. You got me, man. I was like, my fucking alert is not working. I should be getting on top of this. And then, you know what? Because I don't even have that. Because they showed that after we were done.
We'll frame it and send it to you.
Oh man,
we'll have Greg autograph it for you.
We'll have Greg. Yes, we'll video Greg autograph.
Oh man.
This guy below you. Cars is here.
Cars is in the building.
He says, Big Steve's here. We got to get in on this conversation. Steve, real quick, you were there. Obviously, we talked about Justin Fields and Cool Kennedy knocked it out of the park, but talk about what you saw in regards to, first, let's go with the offensive line. Your focus, went out to camp and you were like, these guys stood out to me. And those guys, how did they transfer that over to game situation?
Well, it was hard to focus. So I was at the game, thanks to the Bears. Once again, like I've been doing a lot of Bears stuff lately. It's coming like just the last week or so, man. I was up there to sign autographs in the suite. So it was really hard to focus. But I had a great view, but man, I mean, that my eyes were glued on Fields, and I'm usually watching the offensive line. I just wanted to watch how the kid moves, and so it took me away from really watching, besides talking to a bunch of fans, what I was there to do. When I was able to just to get my eyes down there, was looking at him. And one thing I kept on saying is like, when is he coming out the game? I think he's proving his point. Like, let's get him out. But I understand. I like that he got the reps. But it was really a focus. In the next game, I'm gonna be at home and I'm gonna be able to sit there and watch. But just having Justin Fields on the field is gonna make your offensive line better. You got to obviously learn how to block for a guy who's mobile and not try to hold it when he breaks the pocket. You got to learn all those little nuances. But I was watching that guy, man. I'll be honest, man, and I was like, man, I wish I could play for that guy. They got one, man. Now it's how did they nurture? How did they build around him? And everybody, I don't know. Do you start him game one? Some people it's like, oh no, it's not about the offense.
Yeah, there's a big Louis Riddick line, we'll call it, because he's pushing, and then other people have their opinion. You play the game. I'm sorry.
Don't forget how close Louis is to Matt. Louis Riddick can say a lot of stuff that Matt Nagy can't come out and fucking say publicly. And they're very, very fucking close.
What's the newest? So I'm updated on what he's saying.
Like, I think the Chicago Bears have the guy, and you roll with him week one right out the gate, and you roll with Justin Fields. Now, Cool Kennedy, I went on a little emotional rant too about guys that, Steve, you've been in the huddle with a lot of quarterbacks, especially Bears ones. Breaking news. We're going to have your former teammate on the show next Wednesday. Former quarterback Shayne Matthews is going to jump on the show.
Well, he wasn't my quarterback. Actually, believe it or not, he was not my quarterback. No.
He wasn't one of the 87 quarterbacks.
How dare you?
He did not make my 15 starting quarterbacks I blocked for.
I apologize, Shayne. Shayne with no Y, Matthews.
Yeah, that's all fucked up.
Steve,
I don't want you to telling him, hey, Steve Edwards. He'd be like, who?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for looking out. I hate those friends that let you have the fucking mustard right here. They just let you go out to the club with it. Like, I'm the guy that says, cars, you got to wipe that mustard, or let me wipe it off. Like, you got to look out for your boys. So,
but you're not in the wrong. You guys are not in the wrong. It was like 15 to 18 on them. Yeah. I mean, shoot your shot at who I might have put a block for. So
we could have made up a name, and he would have been like, "Yeah, that sounds
you would have close."
That gets to the question of where I was going. I tried to plug the show, which I did, so we went there. But the electricity that you're talking about, that Cool Kennedy, that you just knew this guy, his poise was something different. Steve, you've been in the huddles with these guys, so talk about that. What you saw, like that's why you weren't watching the offensive line, right?
It was. I mean, obviously you knew what was happening. Everybody's waiting for him, but it was like, okay, the chance of his name when he came out there. Yeah, but it was one thing. The kid handled all that. He handled all that pressure. There was, I mean, he could have got. I mean, it's a preseason game, but it's your first preseason game. The city's on your back, and you come out there, and everybody's watching. Everybody's expecting you to be. It's like he was in the Super Bowl or something, man. But he, like I said, he handled it. He handled it. I mean, no better than anybody else can handle that. On that big stage, a lot of people would have just blew it in the preseason game. But the electricity was through the roof. Just on simple plays. I had to explain to my girlfriend. He climbed the pocket and just did the simple dump out to the running back. And the crowd was like, oh, and it was just like, I said, because he just made that look so simple and easy that he just climbed the pocket. He's so athletic with one. I mean, the fact that I'm seeing him just pound him. Now I want him to have two hands on the ball, but you got to have that Mahomes guy who can take one arm and palm the ball, and he has a great grip on the ball, and he got strong hands, and he can just whip it out there with accuracy and he was just making things look easy and smooth. Obviously, there's a progression of him and getting him better than that, but those are building blocks right there. I mean, you got something. You got to think about what Trubisky looked like, like a lost dog, when he came out.
Cars and Shayne, I've always said the mental thing with Mitch, you could just see it pop off the tape. Cars, you saw Justin Fields, his first series, obviously, he comes out and says, I learned my fucking, like he's joking. Like, I learned my fucking. We didn't hear that.
I said it live when he did that spin move. I understand, hey, heat of the moment in the fucking game, the kid's trying to make a play, but when he had the fucking spin move and fumbled the ball, I'm like, man, I hope he fucking retires that quick, because I get it. It's fucking fun, but boy, I don't need you getting fucking broke in half doing that. And then he came out and he's like, yeah, I learned. Yeah, I'll probably end up retiring that spin move. But Cars, I know you had a question.
Well, no, I think. Did you guys notice that the passing game was much more vertical than out to the flats, right? Like, it was very weird to see us really waiting to the last second for a check down. And so I've got to imagine, for like the offense to see, like, we're no longer just trying to do the old Pee-wee 3 yards in a cloud of dust every play, right? Like, we're going to take shots. How much more fun of a system is that sort of thing to play in than kind of those, I guess, the old standby power run game kind of stuff?
I think you need to have, obviously we love to play, as an offensive line, especially my group back in the day. We love the power run game, but yeah, when you start dipsy-do dunks, shoop type ball,
John Shoop,
47 screens every game. Yeah.
You want to take shots, and you got to have you got that guy, man, that can take those shots, and man, they got to be feeling it. And the excitement, and I can understand why there's, they're seeing it at practice every day. Like, okay, but I'm one that, like, okay, let's start the season out. And I'm not saying a whole season. I had to clarify this to people when I say it. I'm not talking about sitting this guy for a whole season, sit back, and unless Andy Dalton just comes out and just looks phenomenal and is like has us on a winning record, then yeah, you let the kids sit back, and that's just a plus. That's what Alex Smith, I don't know if Andy Dalton's going to pull Alex Smith, and Mahomes gets to sit, but the scenario I see is maybe game 4, roll them out. I don't know where we'll be at that point, but if it's at a point where we're not like kind of middle of the ground, 500, roll that bad boy out. He's seen enough. You know what I mean? Because you know what? That lifts the offense. You know what I mean? Like, you start them off and we kind of mess around. This guy will come in and spark the thing and take you out, take off for the rest of the season. So you got to think about that guy coming off the bench that 6-man. You know what I mean? I'm a big believer of that. Not saying that he goes back on the bench, but like let him be the spark that we might need game 4, and also allows him to sit back and watch and let our offense kind of figure it out, because we're not there yet. I know he could come out game 1 and make the offense look great, but let Andy Dalton kind of, because do you really want this dude going against Aaron Donald in the middle and we really don't know what's going on? You know what I mean? And that Rams attack, and Ramsey shutting that, Ramsey's going to be trying to lock down, I don't know. He could ball and make us, it could be a spectacle. He come out and make that Rams defense look silly. Who knows? But it's a lot of great questions, but we got an offensive line that's kind of banged up. We got to see what's going to happen.
We got James Daniels back today.
Yeah.
That was one thing you get back.
Yeah. I was at practice real quick. I watched these guys walk around in practice. These dudes, I was like, these guys can't be that banged up. They're like out here, like they're walking around in practice and they're like gimping and not, you know what I mean? And what Juan said to me, they're very, very careful. I don't know, interpret that as we just want to get close to the season and then unravel these guys. They might have had little aches and pains, but I don't know. It's they're keeping it close. Juan ain't giving me too much to work off of. He's just, but he's weird like that, man. He give me a little bit, but
I think that's probably more so the organization that he's involved with. They
seem
to be.
Yeah.
But Steve, what I'm interested in, obviously, we see the bright lights that come along with Justin Fields, but when you're in the locker room and when you're Steve Edwards, and I know you didn't obviously play with Khalil Mack, but you have a guy like a presence like a Khalil Mack or a young up-and-coming guy like Roquan Smith, and these guys have been in the league for a little bit now, and they're, you just never know. Anything can happen. Khalil Mack's 30 years old now. But when you see Andy Dalton and know that probably the upside is average at best, let's say, but then say if things stay kind of the same, where Justin is just goes out there the next 2 games and he's just making plays, he's making big chunk yards, and you can just feel it and you can see it, and then Matt Nagy says Andy's going to be our guy. What does that do? Come on. I know I didn't play in the NFL, but I've been in plenty of fucking locker rooms that I know that you guys are going to be talking like, what?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I'm talking from a guy outside of the locker room right now. This is my outside. Yeah. Now, if I'm in the locker room, I'm like, put this dude out here right now. Like Olin will definitely put this guy out there. He wants the baller. We all want the baller if we're seeing in that practice.
Yeah.
I'm talking from a perspective of a former player, but now I'm like more of a conservative, like, hey, hold on, let's do more of a coach's, I'm like, I got that coaching in me too, and the analyst in it. So it's like all these different, like, hey, let's be methodical about this. Players, we like, hell with this, we trying to win, put the best players out. Now if he's balling like that and he's got that, but we don't know exactly. They might be like, okay, he's a baller, but like, let's make, is Andy making enough plays? I seen him make some plays, but it's practice. Andy Dalton, are you gonna do that in a game? For a rookie to come in and he's making splash plays in practice is saying something. So, the Bears are giving you a lot to talk about, which is, on the positive side, and I think this last little glitch that we had is just taken away too far to, out of the ballpark with this, Leno talk has come out of the grave. Like, man, let this dude go, man. Exactly. Like, let this garbage dude go and plug in one of these tackles. The guy we got from the Broncos, swing some. Anybody's gonna be better than him, man. If they're healthy, if we can get healthy bodies on the field.
Stay right there. Juan Castillo, you played for. Do you think they signed Jason Peters as just to make a headline? No, right?
No. I want to know what kind of shape, but Jason Peters. Everybody's trying to say to Orlando. So this is the thing on the radio today. Yeah. Oh, Orlando Pace 2 point. I'm like, hold up, man. Like, let's just see, man. Jason Peters.
Whitworth for the Rams is doing it, right? Like week one will be 2 39-year-old left tackles.
Yeah.
Dude,
Jason Peters.
Did you happen to see our YouTube breakdown of Jason Peters today? Me, my father, and Barlissimo, we took tape from last year. It wasn't from years ago. It was last year going up against our first opponent. We did that purposefully. Barlissimo, great job. Rams versus Jason Peters Eagles from last season. And you could see, Steve, I have never seen kick slide and balance and patience. You talk about
literally
he just controls dudes. And it's like, I've never, Jimbo Covert, that's the only guy I can think of. Even John Tate has never been this strong, this aware, and patient on a kick. It's unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, go over to our YouTube channel. This is what we do on the patron side. Check that out. It's right there for the pickings. You can watch us break down Jason
He looks
Peters.
like he false starts every single fucking snap because he's so fast. And my family are all Philadelphia Eagles fans. So I'm very familiar with his game and then seen a ton of it. But it's crazy. I mean, he is a huge fucking dude too on top of it. And for him, he's literally like, I can remember, you scout these players. Like, I think he is the guy that they coined Dancing Bear from. You know what I mean? When they're scouting guys, that's who he is.
To see it though, Shayne,
unbelievable. No, I get
what
it.
Was it 19? How many years has he played Cars?
This will be year 19.
So year 18, Steve, to see this tape. I mean, he takes fucking Brockers and just fucking moves them. And it's like, this is
a difference. So people try to just throw out the easy comparisons. We had Orlando Pace, and Orlando Pace was a Hall of Famer, but it's a different kick slide. You guys talk about kick slide. Orlando Pace was just a big human being that was he didn't really kick slide smooth. He was like a boom, boom, boom. I got size, long arms. You know what I mean?
Listen to this man.
Jason Peters, when you got a guy who has a natural kick slide like that and it's smooth, it's going to be, because they're like, oh, well, people just ran around. Stop comparing it. They're two different offensive linemen. Y'all just want to take an offensive lineman and throw them. Would you do that with two different, because they don't know offensive line play? This guy, they went and got him. He's ready to sit it down. He's like, he's chilling. Like, I got, 18 years in. I just want to know what kind of shape is he going to be able to get himself in shape in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
How they going to go about that?
22
days to get himself in shape. And, they'll have a plan. But the guy gives us a way better the dude's a Hall of Famer compared to Leno. He's going to give us I don't care what the heck kind of shape he's going to be in. I don't care. The dude's going to give us way more than Leno would have. Then he's going to bring some veteran presence in there and help speed up leadership.
He's going to help Borum and Jenkins, who's there.
Yeah, he's going to help speed some of these guys up. Because who on our offensive line offensive line period is on his level? Nobody.
No one.
Nobody.
We haven't had anybody. So these are the points Big Steve is bringing to this network that nobody else could speak of. Now, I can speak for your old teammate. I was DMing him today, and we were laughing about his quote on Orlando Pace. He's like, Orlando Pace was great. He's a Hall of Famer, but we got Orlando Pace with 3 flat tires. Right? Jason Peters is a complete – this is narrative and complete laziness, as Shayne would say. When you say, he's 39, he's 39. They're the same. No. Each player, it's like Bruce Lee is not the same as fucking Jackie Chan. Let's get that shit right straight. It's the same kind of thing. It's so
this is a comparison I can use. Now, two different totally. So my last legs of playing, I was playing arena football. Mm-hmm. I was overweight like a mug, never playing way over my playing weight. Mm-hmm. Nobody could get around me in the arena because my set was so good. I was just like 1, 2, boom, boom. And people were like, we can't get around you. We thought we could just get around you. I was like, dude, I played in league. First of all, y'all arena guys, I'm not going to, but my set my set. This dude will kick slide when he's in a retirement home and still be able to block some people. I mean, he's smooth, man. So what other his physicality, he might not be Jason Peters from 8 years ago when he was like the top guy, but he's better than Leno.
He wouldn't have been available.
Yeah. He wouldn't have been available. He wouldn't have been there.
Exactly.
He's better than Leno. He's going to help us. I think actually he's going to help us better than Jenkins or anybody right now. These young guys.
Exactly. This is one of those things. Karma.
It's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise that we get a guy like that. And here we go. I'm excited. People it's an easy comparison. It's a lazy compare, like trying to compare him with Orlando Pace. Totally two different type of players, skill set wise. Orlando Pace could not do the Juan Castillo vertical set. Now, Peters was a guy who's been coached by Juan, so you're getting a guy that Juan's familiar with. He's going to fit right into the system. It all makes sense, and it's by luck that the guy's still out on the street. Somebody would have scooped him up at some point, but we needed him first, and we got him.
Yeah, I think where Steve is 100% right to bring this to the business aspect. These veterans, if you sign them in week 2, then they get their contract, but then it's not guaranteed. So that's why these guys want to sign before that point. And you're right. I think he would 100% been signed by week 2, because then it's essentially a week-to-week contract. Exactly. But the Bears had a huge need and didn't want to take that chance.
Smart.
But Steve, talk about his import. Like, if you're Justin Fields, and the day that Jason Peters walks into that fucking locker room,
great question.
You're just fucking going over and sitting next to this dude, for the day, right? I mean,
he's instantly. You got to think about, on the defense, we got a lot of dogs. Hicks, Mac. We really don't got no veteran dog that's like, we got some potentially, Allen. He's a dog. I'll give it to him. But this dude is a dog. This dude is a multiple All-Pro, multiple
Hall of Famer,
walking. He's coming in with presence, and he's coming in the swag. I'm guaranteeing you, man. This dude, he carries himself with swag, and he can be he can tell he don't give a hell. He kind of got that tire around the stomach now. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's not gonna look the best in the body. You know what I mean? He's but he gets it done. I admire a guy like that, man. And he's he's coming in. He's getting his number. They gave that number up quick. Whoever that was here, 71. Yeah. That's the
Arlington Hambright.
Right. Yeah, that thing up.
Hambright I fucked up because I totally forgot Fetty wore 74. I'm like, Ivan Vargas, our boy, was out there taking pictures. I go, who's 74? And I looked on the roster. I totally forgot about a Fetty. We haven't fucking even seen a Fetty.
Because he's down on the on the injured part.
He wasn't in the roster list. So I'm like, we got no 74. That's because it's so far away. I'm like, there he is. But now we got big Jason. But one other thing, Shane, I'm sorry. Jason, that you said, and I think it's very, very, very important that there's no dogs on the offensive line. And to have one that, let's just say this is where these radio stations and want to get, Mike Norris of the world want to be contrarian and want to get the clicks. And now the blog is writing Jason Peters, the man who's played going to be 19 seasons, has pride. He's a professional. So that's going to rub off on others, right? To have that knowledge that I've done this and I'm fucking a freak. Let's just say what he is. He is great line of the night. He is the definition of dancing bear, but he also is karmically this might be the greatest thing to happen to Justin Fields and this football team going forward, and David Montgomery and everybody on that field. To have someone like Khalil Mack on the defense is one thing. To have an offensive lineman that comes in like Olenkreutz, like Shane said at the top of the show, Peters is going to make a lot of people eat their words, because I know the professional has a lot of pride. So he's not going out there just to, I'm going to collect a check. No, I'm coming here for Juan and that young quarterback and this young offensive line, and I'm going to go out there and show them what a professional is. And Chicago Bears fans, whether you want, the laziness needs to stop. You need to all send people to this network. That's what you need to do.
Here's something we can all look at, Phil. I'll play this for you. All right, enough with the Eagle logo. Get that the fuck off my screen. But.
He was a former Eagle, though.
Oh yeah,
good to see that old man strength now, right? Like that.
When he caught that guy, he's just like,
caught him. Yeah.
Hold on, young man. I just caught a fucking 230-pound running back.
Casually moved him away.
The dude is. I mean, let's go back to this, and then I'm done talking about Leno, man. Would you if we could have it like. They say we could have Leno back, or Peters, man. I talked about it. We talked about it, Phil. The softness that Leno had on this offense. He was the veteran on that offense. You know what I mean? I don't know Cody Whitehair. He's been there for a little bit too. I don't think he's bringing that leadership like that. Cody Whitehair. I mean. Exactly. So Leno was the guy. And he'd been there longer than Whitehair. So that was the leading example of your offensive line room. He was the OG in that line room, and that's what you saw. I saw Olencruz. I saw a guy being nasty. He give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's what I saw. And I said, and I was kind of quiet. He got me into being a nasty motherfucker, playing with Olencruz. So you need somebody. So you want Leno back, or you want this dog? Or you know what I mean? A guy, he might not be what he was, but he's gonna be better than Leno. He's not gonna flop on the ground. You're gonna see some damn
technique.
You can see the
focus just in that video. Yeah. It's like I know who I'm blocking.
Leno is gone. Thank God. Oh God, Leno is gone. Go have Chipotle, Charles. We gotta build the freaking lines. We gotta invest on the offensive line. It all starts up front. You heard my father say it. There's nobody in this world I respect more when it comes to football and offensive line analysis than my dad. And he's like, there's just no way you could win with that guy.
Leno is gone, 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 Leno is gone. They moving on.
Block boy think he's agile, but he leans slow with no hand punch. I'm so glad that his time is up. He's only good if your team's up on Tecmo. His wife thinks she ghetto, but
all right, you get the point. But Leno is gone.
But to Steve's point, like before Peters was here, who was the guy everyone was talking about being the leader of the offensive line room? It was a guy who started 8 games as an undrafted free agent last year. Sam Mustipher has supposed to be the ringleader, and it's not that he's not going to be good, not that he's not going to deserve, but you need someone who's got the experience, who's been there, who's done that to do it. Yeah. And if nobody else is stepping up, now that role is also filled.
Exactly. Say if he doesn't come in, and I highly doubt it. I think if anything, it'll take him maybe a few games. If not, even come in and just be ready. But to get right into prime shape, it might. You start seeing some lockdown stuff. The body has to get going. The body has to get back revved up, and it might take him to game 4 where you start seeing some high level play. But I mean, nobody has the cliche on that offensive line like this guy is going to instantly bring. And I mean, that brings credibility right away to that room with all these young guys you got in there, all this young talent that you got in there. He's coming in right away, man, and he's stirring the pot up in there. Juan is going to feed off of that. Juan doesn't have any dog veterans. Juan loves his dog veterans. I had John Runyon, Trey Thomas, I mean, I had some other dogs, you know what I mean? And Juan, he fed them and he led them. As an example, we watched so much film on these guys, how they do it right. Now look at John's set. Look at Trey's set. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna feed off of having Jason Peters in there. He's got him a guy now. He can the template of what he can show on film. Like, this is how you do it. Now he has a guy he can just he and this is perfect for us because these young guys, they will be our starters. Jenkins will be our starter at some point. Maybe people thought he was going to be just a surefire starter. It might not have been the case, even if he was healthy. He might have been seeing some stuff. He might not have been ready. This is the perfect scenario. Get the back fixed, get the kid healthy, get these other young guys going, insert Peters. You got everybody else in the middle. We'll see what Mustafa does. Let's get Fetty back and let's get rolling, and let's go from there. Stop the damn, we had such a great weekend of just Bears football to be happy about. And people, the obvious, the kid had a bad back and it was probably not no good news coming. And people just wanted to just go off the deep end and calm the hell down.
Contrarian, the negativity. I always say Chicago can't have nice things. My whole life existing in this, there's always something. It's Walter not getting the touchdown in 85. It's something to destroy positivity. Well, we don't do that here. We keep it 100. If it sucks, it sucks. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to bring people on like Big Steve. I know, Steve, we're right at that spot. Do you have any final thoughts before we I had a selfish question, not about not about that golf swing, but everyone's wondering in the chat. I've seen Dieter Eisland, a friend of the network. Your thoughts on him as he goes on this journey to make this 53-man roster? I know he played guard, as D. Levine is saying there, but what are your thoughts? And Cool Kennedy brought up the kid Redmond, he's from the Ivy League as well, Redmond. So we got two Ivy League.
And he's older. I believe he's like 28 years old.
Yeah, he played for the Ravens at one point too. So he's got some history there too. What are your thoughts on those two guys before we let you out?
Your opportunity might not come. As an undrafted guy, you want to get on that team. Your opportunity might not come exactly when you want it. There might be a push for another guy. You know what I mean? And I have to talk to D. You gave me his number. I've been real busy, so I got to reach out to that guy.
Yeah, please do that.
Yeah, it was weird. I was at the golf out and I was sitting next to Eric Kramer and we were talking. I never talked to him. I was telling him I'm a Chicago guy. I watched him when he came in, and we were competing against San Francisco that year. And then we had a little fist pump, which was cool because he was like, he's like, I'm an undrafted guy. I was undrafted. My buddy asked me.
North Carolina State.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm undrafted too. We fist bump, man. There's something there about, being that guy to go, just making that journey. But it's about taking advantage of opportunities. Dieter will have an opportunity. He makes this team. I think he has a strong chance of making the team, being the guy who can play center and be guard. It's just the guy in front of you. Yeah, they want to push him. Notre Dame kid. He's been, Olin's trained him.
Pushed off the ball. I mean, to Cool Kennedy's point, it's like the ball snapped on the ground.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying he's getting the push. I said he was getting a push from it feels like he's getting a push. He's getting that Notre Dame. We just want
that's that
the Notre Dame. Yeah, like we want him to be good, and he's probably smart. He knows, he's got that Notre Dame properness. I just know Notre Dame guys, they like to give him a push. But if he's not the guy, he's not the guy. He's old and trained, and I know Olin's doing a great job, but Olin can't, he can only do so much. Yeah, he can't play for the kid. I didn't see, so that opportunity, let me get back to Dieter. His opportunity might come, and he's got to be ready for it. Mm-hmm. He has to be ready. When he gets it, take it and go and be gone. And that's all it is, man. It's just an opportunity. You got to jump on it. And when you're in those positions on an undrafted guy, man, you don't get too many opportunities. When you get it, got to go, and that can make the difference between you having a nice career or not. And I just that was my motto, man. I just was, when that opportunity came, man, I was just gonna fight like hell, and I got it, man. I was in the right place. I made right decisions, and he'll get it, man. I see it in him, man. I see it in the kid. I saw this one practice. I saw the quickness you were talking about. And they have to find, and that, I don't want to get too deep into it, but like at some point they do need to solidify that center, because that's everything. Up the middle is everything.
Exactly.
But one thing at a time. Getting Peters is going to be solid for us, and we'll move on from there. And we'll see how this thing progresses in the next couple of weeks as we get ready for the first game.
He's Steve Edwards. Follow Big Steve at Big Steve 79 on Instagram and Twitter, right? You're on Twitter with that same handle? Okay.
Yeah, Big Steve 79s. Y'all killing me, man. This thing ain't gonna go away, is it?
No, this is permanent
Big
now.
Steve.
Man, how do y'all get that though? I'm like, what?
Shout out to Alex Acevedo. Acevedo, the swag man / producer here, sent that to me tonight. I'm like, oh my God, I sent it right. All these things happened to me in the shower, so I got onto the wet phone. I'm like, send this to fucking Shayne right away, and Shayne went immediately to let's make pretend it's Tiger, and
that was good. I was like, damn, Tiger's back already. I thought he's like another year away, man.
Well, great insight, just like PJ said. You're always here on the network. You're a part of the family here. You're going to see Steve with my dad if you're a patron on X's with the O's, and we're going to be breaking down the offensive line, and he'll be back again here. Hopefully we lock in Eric Kramer. I know Berlissimo and Greg Braggs were trying to lock him in for TTNL to get him on. I would love to talk.
He's a great talker, man. I'll tell you that, man.
Maybe you can reach out to him too, Steve. Double down on that. I'm never afraid to ask, because you know why? You only live one life.
I think Big Steve and Eric should have a pod on TTNL called The Undrafted. Man.
God, that would be The Undrafted. That would be a great show.
That's a great name for a show right there, The Undrafted.
Yeah, bro. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
Steve Edwards, I love you, man. And that's not smoke. You're an amazing human being, and you keep it 100, and you speak the truth. The Undrafteds coming soon.
Coming soon, man.
Coming soon. I'll tell you what, just don't have Chris Jackal open the show. There'll be no hype.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, man.
Steve, God bless. Right. Tell the wife we said hello, or soon.
Okay,
I don't want to break any news here.
Yeah.
Show the golf swing one more time. There we go.
Look at the focus.
Focus. That's like Jason Peters looking downfield after a big Justin Fields touchdown and just saying, damn, I'm fucking still playing this amazing game. See?
Let's hope his hips are a lot looser than that. So.
I'm just looking for the cooler on the back of the car, Steve. I don't see anything. What were you
Turn that
there was stuff. Steve. There was stuff in there. Don't worry about the cooler. I had other stuff.
Excellent.
That'll work.
Steve.
Psychedelic. See ya.
Yeah. Smoke weed every day.
Steve Edwards is the
man.
Awesome. Claudio.
We got to go golfing with that dude. Let's do it. Let's set it up.
I don't think you and him would make it past like the 6th hole. I think you would completely. We would start taking.
Don't have the patience for fucking golf. It's not a golf.
I got to go on the golf. I haven't been golfing in 20 years, man. So
that hasn't been that long for me.
TTNL golf with cars who's like 6'4".
I know everybody's shocked. I'm shocked.
Everybody's shocked about this. You're fucking sitting in a chair. Your height is hidden.
Yeah, I heard you talking about it. I don't know. At one point, you had me at 6'4" and then 6'5".
I thought you were like almost 6'5".
I'm technically 6'2" and 7/8". So I tell everybody 6'3".
Wow, so Cars is bigger than wow.
Yeah,
Cars is taller than you.
Holy
fuck. If we take this TTNL team photo.
Yeah, it always shocked me. Like Cars is so tall.
Just get Sam.
Remember Lauren Cox? Lauren Cox is like
you'll be taller.
Lauren Cox from what's the pod that he does? Locked On Bears.
Locked On Bears.
He's like 6'4". Lauren Cox is 6'4", 6'5".
I was shocked to see Zach Pearson being over 6 foot. I don't know why. I always got the feel that he was
hair though, right?
Let me tell you, that was incredible.
He
His
just posted
hair
a picture on Facebook that I'm going to grab right now.
While you're doing that, let's bring this guy. He's the music director.
You interrupted my 50-minute rant on Zach Pearson's perfectly
He's
pomaded
a
hair.
picture, and you're going to talk over.
No.
That's what we tape. We need tape.
I'm gonna crop it because I don't know if he wants the rest. Zach is about to be. He's going to become a dad this fall.
Oh yeah,
So
and it's his beautiful wife's birthday.
Yeah, that's what this
So let's
picture
wish
is.
her a happy birthday.
Absolutely,
Miss Pearson. Is she used to that yet? How long does it take you women to get used to changing your name, like on the checks? Even though we don't write checks anymore, everyone's Dogecoin and all this.
Get all the new financial discussions here on the TTNL network.
I don't know anything like Genie Coin, Dogecoin. I hear it all from my boy Jeff.
There's hope, guys.
Yeah, there is hope. There's hope here. I hope we get to see this picture of Zach Pearson so we get.
I'm getting it. So yeah, Cars, explain your Pearson.
Yes, Pearson Pagoda.
He is the most perfectly pomaded male. Let's just roll with it. That I have ever seen. There's not a single. We're rolling with it. There's not a single hair.
Didn't sound
out of place
at all right there. He's right.
Thank God, because I don't look like you can see the light going through me. So anyway, it was. Look at that
hair on Pearson.
Look at that.
There
I mean,
wow,
it's a piece of work. Scientists will study it for years to learn about its properties.
Word on the street is that's what Steven Johnson's main thing is. He is the hair guy for Zach that follows him around. Yeah,
he's the fluffer. He's the fluffer.
Yeah, he's the fluffer. Pearson snaps his finger.
He's shaking his head like, "Don't pick on my boy."
No, I just figured Braggs would be in the room talking shit behind people's backs, but this apparently is something new.
He was texting us. He was texting us about you, Jackal.
Of course, yeah. I'm sure pleasantries, of course.
He said, Jackal's fucking sweatshirts are even V-necks.
Dude, Braggs, shut the fuck up, dude. Don't you have an argument to go get in your wife with right now, dude? Come on, give me a fucking break.
He's fired up. He's the producer, Chris Jackal.
He's also now my favorite person on this show by far. He is by far, yeah.
But anyways, yes, Zach snaps his fingers and Steven Johnson is the designated fluffer. So we've been told.
It was just impressive. Like when I saw him and the angels were singing behind him as they were perfectly preparing his hair. It was really something magical to see, and I hope you all get the chance.
I did see the tweet when you sent that out. That was great.
Listen, we're gonna talk football.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I have hair.
No, 330 people come on to listen to this shit. Really, dude?
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, this is the show called Keepin It 100. We're keeping it 100 on a guy that covers the Bears, and he does a great job, and he's a friend of the show, Zach Pearson. And apparently,
I kept it 100 about his hair. All right,
Jackal,
like I kept it.
Cars is team Jackal. That's what.
Oh, absolutely.
So there is a separation going on. There's division in TTNL family. Greg Braggs versus Chris Jackal and Cars. So listen, this is going to be interesting as we move forward. That stuff has got to go down. But speaking of going down, and I'm not talking about your moms, I'm talking about bear up, bear down. Right?
Philatogen, Shayne Marsaw, the Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, bear down. It's
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up. This week, Draft Dr. Phil and Shayne Marsaw, the smartest man. Bear ups and bear downs of the week.
Jackal, while we wait on this bear up, bear down, we are going to go through what happened this past weekend. Bear up is the opposite. We've done this. If you're a new listener, bear up is the positive. Even though we chant bear down Chicago Bears on this show, we go the opposite way. Bear down is the player that fucking sucked over the weekend, or somebody that you saw, or it could be anything in your creative mind that was bad. The bear up is the positive. Obviously, we're going to start with our guy. Bear, we always go with the negative first. So we're going to go bear down with our guy, Cars. You're going to start us up. We'll go Cars, Claudio, Cool Kennedy, me, then Shayne, and then we'll snake it back, Steven Johnson. You love those fantasies, right? We'll snake it back and go the opposite way. Shayne will start off with an easy layup of bear up. So there you go. Bear up, bear down. I want you to play along in the chat and play the game with us. Go ahead.
I mean, it's Javon Wims who has no point in being on this team. I mean, and to me, personally, it's nobody else, right? Like, he was the one that really stood out the most. Is just get off of my football field and off of my team.
Exactly. Hey, simply put,
he's got excellent get off. He's got excellent.
The only excellent get off is hopefully he gets off. Obviously, they cut another receiver not named Javon Wims. Were you surprised by that? Cars.
Nothing surprises me anymore. No, I think at the end of the day it'll be done. But
will you be upset if Wims makes this roster? Everybody on here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
everybody.
Stunned.
He should have been cut last year. I didn't want.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I love. We're gonna, in the next coming weeks, we're gonna pick our final 53. All of us here. Get yours prepared if you're a patron. We're gonna have a little contest. Speaking of contests tonight, if you want to go to Bills versus Bears, make sure you're ready in the chat. I'm giving away 2 tickets to go see Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields this Saturday. If you're available, don't try to win if you can't
somebody
go.
say Mitch Trubisky? I'll take him.
So be ready after this segment. We'll play a little game. You win the trivia, the TTNL trivia, then you will get the tickets and we'll have them sent to you. Courtesy of our guy, John Santino, who's a patron. And he was at Hallis Hall today. I sent Jackal some video. Do you have that video, Jackal? Just get it ready. Here we go. Claudio, you're bear down.
Well, I got to keep it at 100. I was in Italy. I didn't really even get to see this game yet.
All right, get rid of him. And
hey,
Chris Jackal. Do you have a bear down? Do you have
you passed the meth
button? Fucking Larenson.
Listen,
Larenson.
Laris, don't ever.
See, I'm so irritated by it. I don't even know the man's last name.
I'll remove you if you talk shit about our guy Jim.
He only called me a meth addict, and it's it's always cool.
It was just a part of the transparency of your night. You had a rough night.
I just wish the shoe fit, Phil. That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm just saying this looks like a very weird Brady Bunch-esque type moment right now.
Claudio added himself in the game. Claudio, you didn't even watch the game. Just listen. Stay out of the game.
How long have you been back from Italy, bro?
Jesus, you should have been watching it on
long enough.
Delay. Doesn't care about the game. That's a minus. Jackal's writing these notes down. -6 for Claudio.
Put that in the book on your left shoulder, Jackal.
For me.
Go ahead, Jackal. You're bear down.
Dude, I liked
Greg Braggs, please.
Dude, I liked Adams' play. I got to say, I thought he
bear down.
The bad one.
To see,
come on, get him off.
Yeah.
Get him off. Get him off.
Listen, ready? I'll just say it right here.
Jesus.
I'll go with the chat. How about that? I'll go with the chat.
Go with the chat. Thank you.
All right. I saw somebody say Andy Dalton moved the chains. So whatever that means, there you go. That's what somebody said.
Boy, that was invaluable. Thanks everybody for showing up today.
There you go. That's it.
Can we,
Kennedy, you're bear down. Please say
can we start a GoFundMe and get Claude another ticket to Italy?
Please.
No internet service.
No, honestly, to be honest, I came back.
His mic's not working. He sounds like he's in an echo booth.
Mic's not working. You don't hear me?
There you go. Okay,
All right.
lean towards the mic.
I came back from
Act
Italy on
like you've
Sunday.
been here before.
I came back from Italy on Sunday, and then I went on a vacation to upstate New York with a buddy to a sign show. So I had no chance to see this game. So that's why I didn't watch it yet.
I would have.
I'd use that as a story too. That comes pretty believable.
I needed a vacation from the vacation.
You should have been watching the Bears. I'm sorry.
I know.
You're on a timeout. Let's go.
Perfect.
Let's go. Cool Kennedy, you're bear down.
So, you know, Cars, you took mine. I had Wims first, but close
That was
second
the
would be
layup.
Marable for me.
Yeah.
He had a rough start, man. I would give the kid the time to develop a little bit. I mean, we haven't seen much, but the first play, that big penalty, and you know, partly I think that was coaching too, man. Like that was that big play. I forgot the other, who was the running back that made that big run. It was like
Ryan
Hollywood
John,
Rye.
and you had
no, it was before that.
Pierce.
It was
Artemis
Pierce.
Yeah.
He made a big run, and then I remember he gets sat down, and then Marable comes in, and obviously, like, there's no rhyme or reason, like Nagy said, but is there ever? You know what I mean? So, but hey,
Gotta
man,
know the whys, Cool Kennedy.
you know what I mean? Marable, man, that was my close second. It was just off the top. You can't start off bad like that when you got limited film anyway. So,
I like that choice. I'm gonna go. Praise you for a second. That's a good pick. I'm gonna go with center Sam Mustipher, and the bad snaps. You got Dalton out there, bad snaps off to the side. Third down, you want to go quick game. You can't really get a good feel for Andy because the snap is over here. Like these things you wouldn't expect from Sam. And then the first run play, Bearlissimo, me and my dad, Bears Hour Live. We'll be back this Saturday again. We broke it down at halftime. We broke it down after the game. The David Montgomery run, he's getting pushed into the backfield. Steve Edwards kept it 100, Shayne.
Yeah.
And was like, Notre Dame, politics. Have you heard this? Performance over politics, Coach Nagy. I don't give a fuck where Sam played or the kid, Latavius Simmons. I don't care. Put the best 5 guys out there. And if it's Redmond, who you spoke of highly of, then it's him. But the best 5. For me, Sam looked out of shape. I hear he's big, he's muscle. I didn't see it. And he was getting bullied out there. And he wasn't playing to the whistle. And that's your first fucking preseason game. And when Justin Fields comes into the game, the ball's on the fucking ground. Unacceptable. That's my bear down. Sam Mustipher, you are my bear down. Shayne Marsaw.
My bear down is easy this week.
You got a tight end by chance?
You know what? I do.
Whatever. I don't know what they do on that show, but it's a good thing it's on after midnight.
Well played.
Weird. Yeah.
Well played.
Greg Braggs is Team Marsaw right now. I can see it in the chat.
Yeah, point for me.
They're going back and
Poor
forth.
Jackal's texting Steven right now. They called you a fluffer 45 minutes ago.
Nah, he's watching it. He texts me. He knows what's going on.
You keep it up, he's going to hit that button again. You better watch it.
He's got that authority.
There goes that Manscaped money, Phil. We're fucked this month.
Jesus. You remind me, I got to read the goddamn read. Are you
I don't
reading
know.
the read?
We don't have one for August. That's on Zach.
Oh my God.
We're waiting, but yeah, we'll get into the bear down. My bear down is a guy that I continually wait. I'm waiting for him to step up and be more consistent and make some splash plays. That's number 45, Iggy Abunaway.
Great pick, man.
I just 4th round draft pick. Hey, you've had time, and thank baby Jesus that Alec Ogletree is friends with Robert Quinn. He just walked into Hallis Hall with no intention to be a Bear because, and listen, I'm a big fan of Josh Woods, but these guys, Iggy and Woods as your number 3 at inside linebacker is a fucking problem. The Bears have rectified that with Ogletree, who I think is a guy that you have to keep your eyes on because if Danny
talk
T,
about the negatives.
Yeah, if Danny T, steps back, I think he's gonna ball out. But Iggy, man, I'm just not seeing it. There's a lot of mental lapses there.
Yep.
Even simple things as in getting his fucking depth on his fucking drop at inside linebacker. Josh Woods had the same issue on some plays last year when he got some snaps.
Great point.
But Iggy's got that fucking compact build. He's explosive. He's got everything that you want in a football player. Great personality. It's just I'm not even seeing
truth on it. He has no instinct.
Exactly, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing enough to even warrant him keeping him on special teams. I'm throwing my fucking fish pole in the water, and I'm going to try to snag another young inside linebacker from another team. Maybe Kevin Pierre-Louis springs free. The next. I'm not saying him specifically, but the next guy like that, because it was an underrated problem spot, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, like I said with Ogletree. But Iggy, come on, man. This is year 4?
Yep.
For Iggy,
call,
and
Shayne.
I need to see more.
There you go. Bear up. Bear up. Where is the bear up, bear down? Here, real quick.
Philatosian, Shayne Marsaw, the Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up. Bear up, Shayne. Let's go there.
Yeah, I'm not going with the layup.
I thought you were going to go layup, man.
No, I'm not going with the layup. You guys know the direction I usually take these, and Ryan Cox was on with us behind the scenes, Phil, when we were watching the game live, and it was a big fucking deal to me to watch Cairo Santos go out and fucking hit that shit true. 53 yards is no fucking joke. I'm telling you, man. And that's every time this guy kicks, my confidence level goes up, because even watching when Robbie was in his fucking zone when he was here, he'd always have a little bit of play where you're like, oh shit, man, Cairo is just, he's hitting that shit true from the fucking thump. And it's good to see. And with field position going to be so fucking critical this year, because I think the special teams, our coverage units, I think are going to be a fucking big problem.
They were
Phil, I brought it up on Saturday, man.
My dad, that was his big thing.
The Bears,
what are they doing?
Have improved their wide receiver speed, but overall team speed, this team is lacking big time. And a guy like Cairo Santos, and you can see it, you can hear it in Cairo even speaking, that he's expecting to fucking make every single kick. He's in his second year here. He knows the warts of Soldier Field. He knows how to play the wind, and the dude's locked in. And I would have been worried if he missed that fucking kick in perfect weather in Soldier Field, but he fucking knocked it true, and I want to give him some props for it because I think it's a huge part of this team moving forward.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Obviously, the narrative with Parkey and the double doink and we're a kicker away, and then you find this guy. I mean, everyone thought Pinheiro was going to be the guy, and listen, that's why the Teven Jenkins story he's off the chapter now. He's going to have to write his own story, and Jason Peters is here because in football, it's next man up. Stop fucking going to these other sites for your clicks. They're just trying to get you to come in. We're not. You come here every Wednesday with your clocks on. We got fucking people tailgating in a chat room. I was showing my wife. There's 11 people, 24 people in the chat before the show even begins. One fat fuck is putting a thumbs down before the show said, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Hey, don't forget he's short too.
Hey, I love short people. Hey, for me, I gotta go with the layup. I would be remiss if I didn't put pressure on these guys. Justin Fields is the story for me. When I'm sitting there with my son watching this game with Shayne, with Ryan Cox and company, and just seeing this quarterback go out there, and the most important thing that I saw was poise. I can't remember it, and it's not because he was brought up tonight. I said it previously to Shayne, so he can attest to this. Eric Kramer had poise in the pocket that I remember watching, and okay, this guy's going to deliver a deep ball and find the open receiver. I've never felt that. Rex Grossman, Claudio's boy, I just always felt nervousness mentally. Oh my God. Oh, we got to get it done. Let's run screen. Mental Mitch. You all know the story. You all do. And again, it's one preseason game, but it's his history of watching this guy at Ohio State. It was why I was so mad that it wasn't Deshaun Watson, because I saw the same kind. This isn't bigger than me. I play football in the fucking street, in the fucking cow pasture, wherever you want to line up, I play. That's Justin Fields. And to see the electricity, to see what Cool Kennedy right here was talking about, everybody rose to his level. And fuck you, blog boys and haters around the NFC. Talking, it's second and third team. What did he do in the beginning? Have you ever watched football? I used it cars this Saturday with my dad. I remember Brett Favre missing fucking 7 throws to begin a game and ends up with 458 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2
against
picks,
the Bears,
and wins the game. This is football. This is football. And when you see it, you heard Steve Edwards. It's there, guys. It's there. Shayne was to the point. He's like, I don't want to jinx this shit. All right.
I was.
I don't. Yeah. But that's why I'm taking the layup, because I think as a coach, I got to fight back these fucks that have an agenda. I don't want you to watch my show if you're upset with how I speak. I don't want you to watch the show if you can't handle the fucking truth. If you're a fucking bigot, I don't want you here. This is football talk. I don't care about your fucking what you like in vaccines or don't. I don't care. This is Bears, life, family, and football. That's the culture of this show. If you like that, stay. You could be negative as much as you want. Praise Shayne all you want over me. This
invention here is called the Cobb Quickie.
Exactly. And that's how I felt with Justin Fields. It doesn't matter who is lined up against you, because this is the point that every one of you that's 100 crew take with your pocket when you see someone saying that shit. If he fucking sucked against those second and third teamers, it would be a problem. That's what winners do. You play who you play against. oh, Magic Johnson is only playing against this. That's not how it works. How does he play? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And Justin Fields, again, how do you start? How do you build confidence? You go out there and you ball out. There's nowhere else to hide. Justin Fields, you are my bear up, and I hope that you continue to shut down all the haters. God bless you, Justin. Cool Kennedy. I know I stole your guy, but I needed to say those points. I had to get that out of me.
No, you didn't steal them, but I have a lot more. My list is heavy on the bear ups because I obviously ranked them, so I have a lot more bear ups than bear downs. Like I just had them all ranked, and basically, man, it's hard to
watch
pick.
The game. That's what.
Yeah, when I watched the game,
Claudio went fucking trying to pick fucking antiques instead of watching the game.
Hey man,
this Saturday you better be.
That's
here.
why
Justin Fields looked fucking great. Granted, I didn't fucking watch it, but I heard he looked good.
Man, I got this used teapot over here that's gonna be the focal point of our kitchen redesign for $37.95.
See this fucking milk can I got?
We all win in the end.
This is actual authentic tin. I could sell this for $100,000 on eBay. There he is. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Cool, Kennedy.
No, you're good. You're good. But now that you got Fields, as you said, that's a layup. But I will go Houston Carson because I kind of want to see him more implemented in that pass coverage, like you said. Like that's the only thing I'm kind of iffy on is the pass coverage this year. Like that's the only thing that gives me pause. And Houston Carson against a starting quarterback, he showed he can ball hawk. You know what I mean? Pause on that one. But like, I mean, he did it against Brady. You know what I mean? Like he did it against Tua. And I feel like
in that place.
He knows where to be. He knows where to be. You know what I mean? And it's like I feel like the side needs to really implement him. I think he's earning his stripes, and he needs to be in some packages. You know, pause.
Awesomely said. Shayne, we've been talking about this guy. You know how much I love him. You love him. And we only compare him to Mike Brown because of what Otis Nichols and what are you saying? Otis, patron numero uno, nose for the ball. That is an attribute that can't be overlooked or timed at the combine. There is something to be said for somebody. You think about the Carolina Panthers game. He closes that out. Like you said, Tampa Tom closes that out. And there's a few more that he closed out, Cars. And in that game, say it's a preseason game or not, you saw the energy of the fucking fans and Twitter and Facebook and everybody. Oh, here we go. Here are the Bears. And then Houston Carson picks them off, and the energy and the shift of momentum happens. I don't give a shit if it's a scrimmage or not. Well said. Cars, your bear up.
Well, I was down to 2, but some douchebag in chat took one of them, so I'm not going to mention that name. So I'm going to go with my second option on offense. I really enjoyed watching Khalil Herbert on the offense.
Feet, man.
You know, he had some great feet. That 16-yard run, you know, like when he stretched something to the outside, he was active in the pass game. So I was really excited for Khalil Herbert because this is by far probably the best running back room we've had in about, in a long time, because you really see it with Williams, and obviously the horribly overrated David Montgomery shows us some flashes as well. But now we've got the real running back in there, Khalil Herbert, to take this the rest of the way.
Yeah, I'm sure we will discuss that sarcasm.
No, not at all.
Next segment.
It's a completely true statement. I don't understand. The numbers back up all of it. He, tackles, missed, yards, carry, all those things. They just add up to average to below average running back for us.
This week and every week after games on Keeping It 100, brought to you by Shy City Sports. We do bear up, bear down. Soon we'll have a sponsor for this segment, Shayne. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. Bear up, bear down. Go ahead.
To answer Braggs real quick,
yeah,
Rodney Adams was my second. Rodney Adams.
Oh, those are fighting words. Cars.
Those are cars. You
Cars
are
tend to go crazy.
No. If someone else who has no football acumen, hadn't messaged their name in the chat, I probably would have gone that way. But it would have just been embarrassing if I did.
The rivalries. Jackals taking notes are continuing. I got to shout out my boy Ivan Vargas and John Centino, who got to go out to camp today, courtesy of my boy Adam Libowitz. I think I'm saying it right. Brought some tickets to the table, as well as my boy Da Vintage on Instagram to allow these guys to get out to camp. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Adams is a big topic of conversation as we move forward, and let's see how he does and puts it together as he moves forward. Obviously, everybody, if you're just tuning in, was in agreement that Javon Wims, we can't believe that he's still on this roster. His 9 lives, I don't know if
he's got more than 9 at this point.
He's got to have a naked picture of somebody that just is waiting to get dropped. I mean, seriously, how the fuck does this guy stay on the roster?
The false start that it was the most embarrassing thing.
Oh my God.
Listening to Shayne he had the advance. He was seeing it before Phil and I, and it was like, dude, where do you guys see this? It's shirt
so
shit.
fucking mad.
He's like, wait till Phil sees it because he was ahead of us. Yes. I have an idea for Shayne about how we watch the game and maybe doing it with some patrons.
Oh, so it doesn't make you mental?
bonus. For the extra bonus. If you follow what I'm saying. All right. Our next segment, we're going to get through this and then shout outs. Jackal, did you ever get that footage that I sent you? I texted
We're working on it right now. It's coming. It should be in shortly.
Okay.
Yep.
So we
got
it's in the works.
By chance?
You know what? I do.
I think Caden Whitlow has it.
It's the goatee rub that goes along with it that just really makes me horribly
better than being a wide receiver. I mean, what the fuck?
Is this the footage here that we have?
These are the 2 videos you sent me.
Okay, play this. I don't know. Oh, okay.
He's taking a leak.
He zooms in. I forgot. Here's a little Greg Braggs. They're copying you, Greg. They're not afraid.
The cool thing about this is there's no fucking douchebag telling you how cool it is.
Oh,
Cars the slots.
Oh my God. He got removed. Shots. There's a touchdown pass by Andy Dalton from our guys that are out there. I'm not going to say who they were that took that footage, but giving you a little footage from camp. Andy Dalton apparently threw 7 touchdowns today. So he had a bad practice. And I think we have another, I guess Jasper Horsted was the star today of camp.
Guy.
That's Cars's sleeper, Jasper Horsted. I don't think this is Jasper. It might be Jasper catching this touchdown. Again,
it's
this
Jesper.
7 on
Jesper, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, said your boy Herbert in motion, 7 on 7 in the red zone. He hits a big
that's
I think that is Jesper.
He's got the long flowing man bun locks now. Hair was very important to me when I saw camp, and the man bun is definitely working for Jesper.
Before we get to Claudio's flea market.
I love it. Listen, Italy was fucking expensive. I had to go make money somehow. All right, so please.
Can you watch the game on your phone?
It'll be the only video game I don't watch. Trust me.
Okay.
Only one.
You're never going to live that down.
I know I won't.
Camp breakdown from John Centino there. Dalton was on point. His favorite target was Jesper Horsted, who had literally 7 TDs. Goodwin had a great grab Ridley had some really nice catches today. I saw one of them.
If
Williams
we could
and Herbert look great. Rodney Adams, Greg Braggs, and Cool Kennedy's 2 nice catches. Robinson was mainly used in the slot. Hicks gave the crowd a little dance. We didn't get into him not being a part of it. And a lady shouted out that she loved Justin Fields, and Justin Fields played it perfectly. So you see that this city is falling in love with him, and he's understanding, like Claudio gets it, that we just break his chops, guys. We actually really love Claudio. I can't speak for Cars.
No, I love Claudio. I will tell you anyway. By the way, from now on, if you're gonna refer the Lord and Savior of the U position's name, you have to refer to him as the U God. You have to call him the U God, Jesper Horsted, and then Ryan Cox and I will accept that as a reference.
Okay. Oh, Ryan Cox is with you. That's his.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, Jesper. I love Jesper. Do you know what college he came from, Jesper?
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
Princeton.
No.
Princeton's finest.
Dumbest tweets of the week.
Here we go. Dumbest tweets of the week. I'm sure Shayne, the smartest man. He wasn't here last week. He's back this week. And tweets are back. Tweets are back, Claudio. You got the hold of this. Shayne goes around the Twitterverse and finds these. It really shouldn't be that hard, especially on a day like today, as Steve Edwards eloquently said it. Let's do it like this, Shayne. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't watch the fucking game, yeah.
You always do. He's the smartest man. He once was the guy who asked EPMD to listen to his demo. He also is the guy that knew that some fucking guy is average, and fucking average is the walrus. And we're better off without Charles Leno. He's the smartest man, and these are his dumbest tweets.
Yeah, let's jump right into it. I know this.
Right into it.
Phil loves this one.
Oh,
Robert Schmitz.
This is
breathe in, breathe out. What makes Bears fans so sure that David Montgomery is an above-average running back? While an elite tackler breaker, 27 running backs finished with a higher yards per carry in 2020, Demo's got a lot to prove in his 3rd season. Now, what makes Bears fans so sure David Montgomery is an above-average running back? Tape study does, asshole. Not stats. It's not that fucking hard, Robert. Honestly.
I would have loved a video camera on Phil's face as he read that for the very first time.
Yeah.
Because
Ryan Cox.
The shade of red that I could only imagine that you turned is to read that would be something that every Patreon would just love, love to see. Like Phil reading dumb tweets, and I would absolutely.
Listen, I'm gonna keep
on.
Two to this, Phil, though.
Wait, totally transparent. Let me just say this one thing. I sent that to David Montgomery. I said, fucking screenshotted it and sent it. I go, this is the kind of shit that we have to combat on our network. And I completely feel sorry that you have to deal with that bullshit. Because that is just like the Teven Jenkins and the Leno and everything else that's being said. So yeah, Cars, I was fucking pissed off because it's so fucking ridiculous. It's like
that's
someone
you
picking
going
on a
out
little
of your
kid.
way to find a stat that supports your argument. And that's why we are, hey, listen, is there a place for stats? Yes, I totally understand it.
Absolutely.
But I don't know for the life of me how you watch David Montgomery play the game of football and tell me that he's a below average running back in any facet of the game. Does he have elite game breaking speed? No, he doesn't. Who fucking cares? This isn't
Walter
Madden.
didn't have it.
Yeah, even
end of a mic drop.
Even Madden improved him on it. He was an 86 speed last year. He's an 88 on Madden 22 that I bought, and I probably will never play because I have no fucking time, but I still make myself buy it every year. But it's just it's crazy. And Robert doubled down, and there's a part 2 that goes along with this.
Part 2.
Yeah, in the NFL, an average offensive tackle isn't a very good offensive tackle. An average quarterback isn't going to win playoff games. Trent Dilfer disagrees. But anyways, an average cornerback is going to struggle. But an average running back, 16th to 17th best, that's a very good football player. So now what he's doing there is being condescending towards Bears fans.
Exactly.
And he's ranking based on stats how good of a football player David Montgomery is. Now, Robert, you have an open invite,
please,
to TTNL to come on, and we're not going to come on. We will debate like grown men, and you show me on tape where David Montgomery, the football player, is the 16th or 17th best running back in the NFL. And you won't be able to do it. You will not be. I don't want fucking numbers. I don't want you going to your fucking stats and pulling something out that says that this is who he is as a player. It's not the way it fucking works. Put David Montgomery on the open market with a bunch of different running backs. He's going to get fucking picked up much earlier than you think. He's a fucking very good football player. And this kid gets dismissed for one reason and one reason only, for little fucking nerds that say, oh, he doesn't have breakaway fucking elite level speed because that's what separates great fucking players. And oh, by the way, Cars, how many players had 80-yard touchdown runs last year in the NFL? 4. And who was included in that, Cars? Oh,
Some guy by the name of David Montgomery.
Yeah. So 16th or 17th, take your fucking little nerd stats and
also take. You see how you tweeted breathe? Just hold your breath and fucking never breathe again, because that's the stupidest shit, and it's just clickbait, dramatic, contrarian bullshit. You don't watch tape. David Montgomery is a filthy elite animal at the running back position. And when I talk about football, I can tell who has ever strapped up and played the game. I played the fucking position. I played that position. I know what it takes. This guy is phenomenal. I'm not hyping it up. What he does in short area to protect that shitty offensive line that we saw is amazing. So just imagine what he could do again with an offensive line. Not because we're fans of David and he's been on the show. It's because it's the truth. It's the
with
truth.
that same logic about Cordell Patterson, that was the logic that he has breakaway speed, but he's not. From the line of scrimmage, he's not that player.
You better
hope
guy, that fucking hole is straight ahead.
Straight ahead, and it's got a part like the Red Sea. You know what I mean? For him to have that breakaway speed. So David Montgomery is a beast when it comes to finding and creating space within tight areas. Pause. You know what I mean?
Throwing that pause in there. I love it.
We earlier I got into a fight with Jonathan Wood from them, who tried to say the same thing and use like, look at this number, look at this number, look at this number. Like any measurable that you look at, who's way more important to the offense, who faces more with deep safety coverage, it takes away the long runs, right? Like all the things that he faced. And you just want to look at like 3 numbers and be like, yep, that meets my criteria. We're just going to roll with that. Now, to Shayne's point, worst case scenarios, if every running back was available in a draft, Montgomery's going top 10. Worst case scenario, right? He's somewhere around that 5th best running back in the NFL. And by the way, rankings, as I just did, are totally made up on the spot and totally bullshit. So like when you're like 16th, 17th, compared to what? What are we looking at? It's all made up.
Right. It's funny that you should bring up John Wood because that brings me to number 3.
Hey!
Based on what they're paid, cornerback, wide receiver, and offensive tackle are 3 of the 5 most important positions in football. They all have 2 to 3 players on the field for every snap. The Bears have 1 player that they've invested in at each position. That's not how you build a roster. Well,
what is that?
I don't know. It's just, I think guys like to, I don't want to say, hey, Wood's been around forever, been on Twitter, and obviously he enjoys the numbers and putting the fucking ever ready.
This is very awkward for you guys to have this conversation negatively while there's a nerd on. It's okay.
No, but Cars, at least
I'm kidding.
You crunch the numbers, but you're also watching fucking tape. That's the big difference here.
Well, Da Vinci had numbers, and he created beautiful art, as Claudio could tell you.
Paint by number is beautiful art. That's what I always do.
The numbers have a place, geometrics and geometry and the angles that some certain backs take. Like, these guys have never played or coached or done anything but look at a number and then come to a conclusion based on that. Math is about this much of a part of football. It's a very small one. There are points to be made with stats. How many times if a defense is going to be in a certain coverage when we're in trips? How many times are going to be? Those numbers are the things that matter, not your yards and all this shit. Anybody can use number to make it. At the end of the day, this is why we named the network The Tape Never Lies, because stats do, but tape doesn't. And let me just say this. It's just like hip-hop music. Fucking, you can have the dopest beat ever. The MC sucks. It's not a great song. The MC kills it. It can make the greatest songs, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, the rap blog boys could say differently.
Yeah.
Wait, there's even rap blog boys? I picked the wrong thing to blog about. I'm in the wrong area.
Rap blog boys
yes, there is.
We'll move off of that. And hey, to Schmitz and Woods' credit, it wasn't the worst tweet. No. I saw these today, and this is a twofer between Cam Ellis and Leila Rahimi. I guess that's how you say it. But Jason Leisure sent out, even Matt Nagy would have to admit that everything's not fine right now, which it's, in reference to the press conference from today. Cam Ellis is like, well, at least Allen Robinson's contract didn't come up. And then Leila Rahimi doubles down and says, oh, you mean another thing they could have prepared for with planning and foresight? Like they didn't fucking know that they gave him a 4-year contract? Like, come on. This is,
oh my God.
I don't want to be a dick, but maybe that's why you guys both got fucking launched from your jobs.
Yeah, look, it's always good when you're miserable about what you have to do. Dan Weeder.
I actually like Layla, or however you say it. I don't want to butcher her name. I think it's Layla.
Rahimi? Yeah.
Rahimi, yep.
Yeah, she's and listen, I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't want these guys to lose their jobs, but it's, Cam is all fucking snark all the fucking time, and then it's when you get called out on it, it's like, wait, just like fucking. I should have pulled Hub Arkish calling Justin Fields the 3rd best fucking quarterback on the Chicago Bears roster.
Oh my!
He actually
he did not say that.
Yeah, he did.
And you didn't pick that one too.
It wasn't a tweet. It was Danny Parkins.
Yeah, he was on with Danny Parkins, and Danny Parkins is like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, he's 3rd best quarterback on the roster.
This guy. I mean, at some point, Chicago sports talk radio needs to get, different people.
Well, that's the thing.
That's the end of the story. The contrarian act is done. Millennials don't want to hear that
snark and wanting to be fucking witty. And listen, nobody does it better than I do. I'm all about fucking snark and being a dick and hammering people. But then you have to fucking back it up with some goddamn football acumen and some fucking logic, and not a fucking number that says David Montgomery is 15th or 15th or 16th based on your fucking stat, Robert. But then, yeah, I'm sure I'll bet money, Layla, that Ryan Pace and Josh Lucas had no fucking clue that the guy that they gave a fucking franchise tag, oh shit, he's out of contract. God damn it.
We gotta prepare for that.
Where did that come from? He's been here.
Did
3
you know
years
about
already?
this? Did you know about this?
I would think preparing for it is actually putting the tag on him.
Get Matt Nagy on the phone. We gotta collaborate. We gotta figure out how we're gonna fucking do this. We gotta get him a contract. It's like, no, listen. Allen Robinson and his fucking team misread the fucking market.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. And guess who owned their ass? The guy that you said didn't fucking prepare. Ryan Pace owned them. He fucking pulled their pants down and fucking destroyed them publicly. Oh, guess what?
Newest invention here is called the Cobb Quickie. Hands down the easy.
I don't think he jerked him off, but Kenny Galladay. We're taking him out to eat, and then fucking Allen Robinson and his team fucking come in and sign the franchise tender within 24 hours. That means you should fucking praise your GM. Praise him for that. Allen Robinson and his management are the ones that fucked up. So don't tell me that they weren't fucking prepared for a contract that's coming due. No. Allen Robinson's financial expectations aren't realistic with what the fucking market says. So they're give him whatever he wants. No, that's exactly how you fucking destroy a team.
No, we're very economical, my family.
Exactly, Angelo. The Bears are economical, Cool Kennedy.
Yeah. So
that's what it is.
That one got fired up. I apologize. That's when I said that's why they probably lost their job. That was unprofessional and stupid, but that shit just fires me up because I mean
Shayne's on a rant.
You're looking for the fucking snark, and come on. It just
remember
it makes,
Idiocracy,
it makes you look,
the movie. Have anybody seen it?
Exactly.
This is what society is. I remember, and I was getting
the
crushed.
Electrolytes.
I was crushed back there. I go, this is a fucking classic. They have no idea how brilliant this is because this is exactly what the fuck is going on. And it's happening in politics. It's happening in sports. And it's happening all in music. It's happening everywhere. And thank you, Irish Rastafarian and HL Priest. Everybody, it is reality now, and we are going to be fighting against that. There got to be some place for people that love the game and want the fucking truth to go to. You don't want to hear about fucking someone's color of cum. You want to talk about football. You want to talk about the Bears. You want to talk about performance over the politics. Kickers. Shayne picked the fucking kicker again for Bear up, Bear down. Justin Fields. Fucking, you had a former Bears offensive tackle on the show talking about Jason Peters. Come on.
Yeah.
Even if I was a kid, this show would be my fucking go-to. Like, wow, I'm impressed living the show. I'm like,
Miguel,
wow,
I'm not saying that, I was trying to explain that and somebody took it off the screen. So that was power move.
My point.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it was never really about Kenny Galladay. It was a power move by the Chicago Bears front office.
Negotiating tactic.
Yeah, it's like, we're gonna put guess what? We're not fucking around because we'll offer this dude a contract, and they folded. So it didn't.
It's a little different, but it's a little different than that. Galladay, look, what was the emphasis this offseason? Speed. The one thing that Allen just doesn't have is that speed, and Galladay offers it. So yeah, while I completely agree that from like route running and perspective and what he can do, Allen Robinson is really good. But the Bears value speed more. The league values speed more. You want to be 20 million, you got to be fast.
It's why they're going to go after Chris Godwin this offseason.
Exactly.
Or
And I would have taken Marvin Jones Jr. That I've said that. I see. Yeah, this guy.
But
Big
anyways,
Bear,
those are my dumbest tweets of the week.
I love the chant. That's a new thing. A Shayne rant. Shayne, that fucking antique Claudio fucking tin.
Yeah, man.
It's selling everywhere. On fuck.
Perfect timing.
We only had
Perfect.
a second.
You gotta get me on something that's worth more than a fucking milk can, bro.
No,
Milk cans ain't worth
no, it
shit.
is now the new focal point for your kitchen redesign. You will sit there.
I'm gonna
and
tweet this to Justin Fields. You know the guy that's the fucking intro guy for our Chicago Bears podcast didn't even watch the fucking game that you were.
I was in Italy,
plays
bro.
in.
What do you want me to do?
You
get back.
home. You
When
were
did you get
home.
back?
I don't even know where to fucking bring it up. I don't got it on the. I didn't
Oh,
see
so
the
now
article.
you weren't gone. You were here.
No, I
but
was
now
gone.
you don't know. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Keep
Well,
on. Back
making
in
up
there.
for it this
Are you
week.
gonna
I will
watch
make up for it
Saturday?
this week.
Are you
Don't
gonna
worry.
watch Saturday, Claude?
Well, I'll be
coming
working. I
over?
can't watch it live. I'll be cutting, but I'll watch it after,
yeah.
of course.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's on
Hold on,
NFL Network.
Claudio.
What's
Claudio, you work in a barber shop, right?
Oh, of course, yeah, but I can't watch it if I'm cutting. I gotta have
But you
it
could
on.
watch, but you
Oh, of
can watch
course,
it
yeah,
and
I
have
gotta have
people
it on,
talk
yeah.
to you.
You
Yeah, of
fucking
course,
watch
yeah.
it.
But I'm gonna
and
sit down and watch it, of course.
Listen,
Like,
you
the
watch
whole
it. If the guy in the chair is getting a fade and the fucking game's on,
Tell
he
me,
waits.
you say, yeah, you tell him.
Commercial
you
breaks cuts.
You spin the chair.
I do
and
that
say,
for
hey, tell
Italy
me
in the
what's
World
going on.
Cup. I don't know. Preseason Bears, I don't know.
Oh my God, Jackal is
Did you just
putting
pick?
another
Did you just pick World Cup over football?
What is this shit?
Put soccer over fucking football
Dude,
live on the air.
How did that even happen?
Oh my God! Because I just said Italy in the World Cup. It happens every 4 years.
Maron, there he is. He's back.
Sorry,
Get him. Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get rid of
He
him.
was digging. Hey, he was digging.
He was coming back.
Oh, man.
Mentally,
He was doing so good.
Came in with
He
a
was doing
great
so good.
intro. putting
Yeah, he
putting
thought he was in
Jackal
the
to
trust tree
shame.
and lost quickly.
Then he did the fucking tell him,
Fuck.
Logan. F
Yeah.
soccer. Exactly. Jesus. All right. So we
It's
have
the world sport.
positive. We have one positive
We
or no?
We do have
Okay,
one. but
Claudio,
yeah.
Right.
run the positives music here. Oh yeah. Soccer.
Oh yeah. Fucking soccer, yeah.
I can't read.
Come out the nose. Come out the nose, Jackal. Get out that nose. Get out that nose.
It's a fucking layup,
You're
bro.
gonna need to
I gave it to you, dude.
You're gonna need to
What are you
timestamp that
doing?
one. It's so
Ginger
weird.
ale is slowly
The
like
meth came out the nose first. man.
Where's Lariston? Where is Lariston?
that's some good shit.
He's the smartest man. He ain't Harry Potter, but he'd also beat the shit out of Malfoy. Fuck anyone who's writing Monty off, and fuck every motherfucking blog boy. He's the smartest man, and this is his best tweet of the week.
We stretched for that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Well played.
Find something to
Blog
rhyme
Boy?
with blog boy.
Hey,
But anyway,
I did. I thought about it but I like. My sons are watching Harry Potter now, so. It's cool. Kennedy liked it.
there was only one tweet that mattered this week, and this we can actually do this as breaking news because Claudio wasn't present for it, so he might not even know that this happened. But Adam Schefter set this out on Saturday. Justin Fields is coming in for the Bears at quarterback. And the rest was history, Claude.
I didn't need to see the game to know that was going to happen.
Do you know that he's number one, Claude? Do you know that? Have you seen the jersey?
Number one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Did Nagy
Yeah.
say he's the number one?
No, the number on his jersey.
Oh, the number 1. Yeah.
You don't hear. I'm sorry. In football, over their pads, they wear jerseys.
Uno.
Yeah.
They cut Mooney too.
Say it right, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, cut it out.
Oh,
Cut it
man.
out, Claudio.
Cool Kennedy, I gotta ask you, bro. When you were caught in the fucking traffic, and you're trying to maintain composure, like you said, you didn't want to put too much pressure on your wife because it was her birthday. But were you like, fucking Fields gets in this game and we're caught in this fucking car, I'm gonna lose my shit? Did that ever go through your head?
I mean, the whole everything. Fields, Tape Never Lies. It was do or die. You know what I mean? Like, I had to do it for the show. I had to do it for my wife. She was already downtown. We were in front of the fucking stadium waiting for 20 minutes, just inching, crawling. You know what I'm saying? And we were out. It was like, she was like, never doing this again. You know what I mean?
You're gonna
It's
take
like
the motherfucking train in.
Yeah, I hear you. And it just was what it was. And I just, because of all of that, all into one, I'm all for Arlington Heights. That's it. In the story.
I'm just trying to picture Cool Kennedy getting pissed. Like, his getting pissed must be like, so fucking hot right now. You know, it's not like the anti-draft Dr. Phil rant. It's like,
Does he get mad?
I was feeling like Claudio that day, so that helped.
High? You were feeling high?
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
You're relaxed.
Smoke weed every day.
There you go.
Eric is
that
wondering
your-
what's up with my hat? They sell it on NFL Shop, so let's tweet them.
He's
I
just
don't
asking. He wants to know. He
Well, I
wants
mean,
to
You got
what's
a
up?
tight end by chance?
You know what? I do.
Caress
Gary
the
Williams.
chin.
Gary Williams.
Gotta have a
Caress
beard to do
the
that, bro.
Chuck.
Caress.
I'm trying
Gary
to
Williams
stimulate
wants
growth.
to-
I'm trying to stimulate growth, Claudio.
Claudio
You know what that's all about,
turn-
right? You're growing out of shower.
Yeah, you gotta get
Claudio
the
turnover jug. That's what it could be for TTNL.
You got to watch the games to see that, though.
Gary, you can catch it on the QVC network. It will be on tonight at noon or at midnight, and then again at 3:00. Really is great for light or room with a lot of light in it. It really reflects the greatness of Claudio's image. So really recommend it. Really
Real
recommend
quick.
it.
Is that your only positive tweet, Shayne?
Yeah, that is my only positive. We went long on the dumb tweets
All
because
right.
Bears fans
Let
mostly
me do
suck.
this
but-
real quick, Jackal. Mark the timestamp. Manscaped. The sun's out, bums are out, and hopefully your pubes are not out. Also, flip-flop season is upon us, and you're out here with those post-pandemic toenails. Don't worry, our friends at Manscaped have you covered. They just launched their 4th generation performance package and their Shears 2.0 nail grooming kit. Join Manscaped movement by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code KI100. KI100 gets you free shipping and 20% off. It's the 4th generation trimmer. It features advanced skin-safe technology to reduce grooming accidents. You don't have to worry about those ingrown hairs or snags on your boys before the beach. The Lawnmower 4.0 has 7,000 RPM motor, an on-off travel lock, and gives you the ability to turn the 4,000K LED spotlight on and off. If the power grid goes out in Texas again, you can use your Lawnmower 4.0 to illuminate the lights of those pubes. The trimmer is also waterproof, so you can do it in the shower. You clean up, you look great. Get yourselves ready for the beach. The Shears 2.0 is luxury. It's a nail kit, tempered stainless steel tools, and it includes slashed tipped tweezers. Try to say that 5 times. Rounded point scissors, fingernail clippers, and medium grit nail file. You're probably wearing flip-flops, Claudio, in Italy. Wonder what your fucking nails look like. those nasty unclipped toes of yours, well, Manscaped got you covered. 20% off plus free shipping with the code KI100 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code. That's KI as in keeping it 100 at manscaped.com. Tame that summer swamp jackal in your pants with Manscaped. There you go. Oh, I did my own read. KI100.
The war paint, Phil.
Listen, before we get to Cherie's favorite part of the show and favorite Cool Kennedy jam, I want you to realize Bears Hour Live was live this past Saturday. Over 10,000, almost 11,000 views on a preseason game, Claudio. Yeah. Not a fucking soccer game, a preseason Bears game. Justin Fields, the power of Fields, and Soldier Field, Cool Kennedy, Caden Whitlow was there. Ron G put this together. Make sure this Saturday, Bears Hour Live, will be back. Shayne, my dad, and all these other surprises. Hopefully, maybe Cars will make an appearance and meet my dad for the first time. It'll be Bears Hour Live. Here's what you missed if you didn't see it, and here's what's coming.
Bears Hour Live.
We're looking for the identity of this offense and how we get to the
coach. The identity's 32.
What?
Big plays are nice. They're good. We need more of those.
Yes. Because I'll tell you right now, you little blog boy fucks, you don't know anything about football if you've gone out and wrote a narrative on Justin Fields. Let me say this right near that was electric. That was everything you want to be or see. Now, if Justin Fields goes out there, you've placed him in a no-win situation, and that's what the blog boys and the city of Chicago has done to quarterbacks. This guy is bigger than that. He's better than that. He's all about the game and being the franchise quarterback that he's going to be. You saw it there on stage. The second half, everything started to slow down.
You want to see that. We've seen that continue in practice. You always hear you saw him do this. He did that. He made a run and it was impressive. You saw Justin Fields do that today, and just watch his presence in the pocket.
I coached quarterbacks, I coached line, I coached everywhere. I mean, when you get a great football player, you know it. There's no doubt about it. I coached average quarterbacks. I mean, they were great kids, and I loved coaching them, but nothing like this. I mean, this kid, he can run. He's probably the fastest guy in both teams.
What was it like in your first game adjusting to that NFL speed as opposed to college?
It was actually kind of slow to me, to be honest. I think, I was expecting it to be a little bit faster.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Power off. Let's go.
That's it. Bears Hour Live this Saturday. If that doesn't get you fired up, you're fucking living in a soccer world with fucking Claudio. That's not the place you want to be. Fucking Chicago Bears football. Fucking Ron G knocking that shit out of the park.
That was awesome.
TTNL.
That was really good.
Capturing the moments. That's what Ron G is about. Cool Kennedy, you got to meet Ron G this past weekend. He's a new addition here. Like fucking Johnny Gill being added to New Edition with the fucking Can You Stand the Rain? And my, Ron G killed that. It's just awesome shit, right?
Kids, you have to Google music before the 2000s if you're listening to this podcast.
You don't know New Edition. I mean,
that might not hit everybody.
No, yeah.
Oh my God. I hope you know New Edition.
But hey, speaking about getting fired up, Phil, this is, I'm not sure if you guys saw this going around, but I noticed it in game. And before Justin Fields' touchdown pass to Jesse James,
I saw that.
Yeah, if you
saw
if
what?
you
Claudio didn't see shit.
The TV
No, I did. I see it.
the TV feed pans, and if you pause it and look at it, Justin Fields knew what was about to unfold.
He's smiling
before, yeah, and this is his face before the snap.
He's just having a blast. He knew he was.
He
gonna
knew
get it
what
open.
the play call was. He read the defense, and he knew that they were
Right
about to
away.
get the money shot.
That's amazing, man, that you captured that. That's awesome. Speaking of awesome, if you don't like New Edition, well, we have a few new
What's going on
additions.
here?
Caden Whitlow, Ron G, and Cool Kennedy right here on the shout-outs.
Shout out Tape Never Lies. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
The network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this part, signal show is at its end. But for me it's so important, thank the charter members and the fans. Built the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth, no narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Claudio, Shayne getting nervous cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say they get the shot of vital. But hurry up cause the postman's getting homicidal.
shout
Spencer strong.
I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. Spencer strong.
That just gets me so fired up. The whole show tonight, man. You can't make it up, Shayne Marsaw. You just can't. I love you guys, man. Cars, even the jokes with Jack, everything. Just so much fun tonight. There's never a plan. Cool Kennedy was going to come on after Steve. And everything happens for a reason. That's the name of this show tonight. Everything happens for a reason. Cool Kennedy, you are the guest though tonight. Let's kick it to you. That song, brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking love it,
Awesome.
man. It's so much
one of my
fun. It
favorites.
speaks to this network.
Hold
You
on,
got
real
some-
quick. Cool Kenny, there's a question for you. Bare Truth.
Yeah, Bare Truth. Go
Okay,
ahead.
hold on. Bare Truth has a question for you. I'm trying to.
Maybe you've lost it.
Claudio, what are you
Jesus
doing?
Christ,
I'm not
Bobo.
sure.
Who's putting that?
I
beat
didn't
up?
put that. I put my music up.
We have the
No.
fucking shout outs.
We have shout out song. Jesus, he's so sockified.
All
Welcome back, dude.
Wait,
Jesus
Bear,
Christ.
listen. Bear
You
Truth
guys
wants
hear
to
that
know.
screeching sound?
Bear Truth wants to know, who do you like better, Madlib or Jay Dilla?
Jay Dilla.
Press play on Cool Kennedy's beat.
Madlib, Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla was definitely inspirational.
Thank you.
Jay Dilla all day.
All right. There you go, Bear Truth.
Dude, that was an hour ago, Claudio. You held on to that one now?
No, he kept asking me. Dude.
Oh,
He kept
okay.
asking.
All right.
He ruins the beat.
Madlib
Didn't
is
watch the
definitely
game.
the zone
I feel like I didn't do my
time,
homework
but-
at school. So I feel like I went to class.
That's like a
without doing my
big
homework.
thing in the chat, though. Like they ask a question, like Raymond, I forget what his name is, kept
Yeah.
on bringing up Larry Borum. Like, how long is a player out with a concussion? You're not going to see Larry Borum anytime soon. I'll tell you that right now. Hey, do you guys know about Larry Borum's concussion? Hey, when's Larry Borum coming back? I'm like, oh my God.
Larry
Who's
Borum
fuck
will
up?
probably be back this week, next week. Stop fucking panicking. God.
Claudio Borum plays tackle for
Yeah.
us.
Does he?
just so you know. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rookie.
You got to
There you
fill me
go.
in on these.
75, Claudio. Anyway,
That's that
Cool
Bears
Kennedy.
anxiety, man.
Cool Kennedy. You have some shout outs, bro.
Shout out to my mother.
I saw her in the
She's going
chat.
through some-
She just shouted
She's
you
going
out in
through
the
some
chat.
things this week. Definitely shout out to her. Shout out to my brothers going back to school to Iowa State. Much love, bro. Stay, keep your head focused. You know what I mean? Other than that, my daughter Gianna just finished her Keys Open Doors, which is the typing program me and my daughters went through, as well as some other students in the Elgin, Illinois area, and they just got certificates for the program. So shout out to all those kids. Typing.
Awesome.
Get your words per minute up in the world.
That's
of,
Hell yeah, it's a big deal.
Go
So
Cyclones.
yeah. Just shout out to all of them.
There you go. Good shit. Tremendous job. Got some new music we're working on. A release for the new era of Chicago Bears football. Cool Kennedy production in the works. I know. I'm going to do it. I promise tomorrow. That's it.
And even the Manscaped joint. I was waiting on that.
Oh, yeah. We got to do the Manscaped joint. I'm going to get to this. It's
Wait,
crazy.
what?
The
Pause.
Atoshan house. I got barred for Manscaped. Yeah, we're making a song. Claudio, since you fucking love soccer, you didn't watch the game.
My! See,
man.
I know
Please
Phil since I was 3. I only brought up the soccer just to piss him. Fucking
You
off.
did a good
The whole
job.
reason I did it. Trust me, it was all planned.
Listen.
Trust me. Just to get him fucking fired up. I know how to get under his skin. No, listen. Shout out to my dad. He's in Italy still. It's one of the main reasons I went there. You know, he has dementia. He's not bad, but he's got it. So we wanted to get there. That's why I went. So shout out to him. We had a great time. But shout out to a lot of these fans that missed me, believe it or not. Sammy the Bull.
You didn't take a picture of yourself signing any autographs.
No, dude, I looked forever. I looked for Bear fans everywhere in Italy. I could not find one.
You
I
didn't
did
find
find a
one?
Bears shirt in Milan at a H&M store in Milan.
Did you buy it?
No, it's too thick. Dude, I'm fat. There's nothing my size in Italy, bro.
No,
Nothing
you
my
just
size.
bought a soccer
The
jersey.
extra large in Italy is like a fucking medium. So,
Oh my god.
but no, that's the only.
You bought a
thing I could
Ronaldo
find.
jersey.
Ronaldo doesn't play for Italy. All
He
right.
plays for Juventus, fucked hard in Italy.
Yeah, but no, not the national team.
Jesus
Not the
Christ.
Jackal is throwing haymakers today. I
national team.
love it.
He's Portuguese, bro. It's Italian.
Never mind, dude.
All right, Brandon Daniels, Irish Rastafarian,
Yes.
Bear Military, and Chuck and Lydia Goring. So shout out to everybody on this. You know, I miss you guys. It's fun. I love this fucking show. It's such a fucking break from reality, and just I love all you guys. Jackal, you did a good job.
Thanks, brother.
I
Big
don't care
shoes to
what the
fill.
fuck Shayne and Phil say, you're good. Don't worry about
Thanks,
it.
my man.
All right.
Sometimes maybe too many edibles or whatever kind of takes the excitement out
Or
in
maybe
the
not
beginning.
enough. Try more.
Not enough. Not enough is always
Yeah.
the answer.
Yeah, exactly. Well said, Cars.
Mr.
Welcome back,
Jackal.
Claudio.
Thank you,
Mr. Jackal. Do you have any
Keeping it
shout-outs?
simple. Absolutely. Shouting out Claudio. You know,
Okay.
glad you're back. Welcome home. You know, friends and family. You know, that's pretty much who I'm shouting out. My family, each and the 5 of you here. as well as, excuse me, all the listeners, man. And we've got a lot of cool things coming up, especially with our Bears. Let's see what happens.
No
you know,
Steven
everybody
Johnson?
pump the brakes.
No Steven Johnson, your shout out?
You got a
Mr.
tight
Johnson,
end?
you're there watching.
You got a tight end?
Yeah. You know, shout out Greg Braggs too. You know, that guy works hard. You know, he's definitely running around in the stands trying to put out good content. There are people that do like him. I've seen it on the social media. But in all seriousness, just wishing a happy and safe rest of the week for everybody. We're gonna see everybody this weekend here on the network, and peace and love to everybody.
He's threatening shout outs. Look at this.
Dude, Braggs is the biggest narcissist. I mean, do we have to?
Zero is mimicking Cars. Give it to him.
Thank you.
I've moved on to just flat out ignoring and pretending it doesn't exist.
Okay.
That's better for me.
Speaking of Cars, you have any shout outs? Or were you done, Chris? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I try to keep it light and simple.
There you go. I'm gonna keep it light and simple as well tonight. Go ahead, Cars.
So Aubrey, first is for Aubrey, who just turned 7. So my oldest is
Happy birthday, Aubrey.
Yeah. And tomorrow, both kids go to school for the first time ever. So I will be a little bit of a mess come around 9 a.m. tomorrow. But other than that, no, I can't think of anything else.
There you go.
Hey, Cars, you're in a good ass school system, man. Naperville ain't no joke, man.
That's
so, hey,
I pay every time I
I
cry every time I write a check, but it'll be worth it hopefully in the end. Absolutely.
Shayne, you want me to go next or you?
No, I can go. I'll keep it light and keep it short like I normally do. Ela and Riley were across the pond. They returned to me safely on Monday. I went to the airport to pick them up and did the single dad thing with the newborn. And shout out to all you moms out there that are normally handling that. That's no fucking joke. It's been an interesting couple of weeks here in the Marsaw household. So I'm gonna shout out my son's 10 years old, but he's always going to be my baby boy. And I just want him to know that I love him, and daddy's always going to be there no matter what. And we fight.
Well said.
Perfect.
From the smartest man to the shortest man. Listen, this show is very special to me. This network, the fans. There's too many people to thank, so I want to start off with Steve Edwards, who came on the show tonight and really just smashed it as a former player and spoke the football truths, combating, as Cool Kennedy and I know, we wrote a song about these fucking blog boys. It's frustrating because a lot of people are just follow it. They don't know about this network. That's where I'm asking you, the fan, like HL Priest, shout out to you, who take our show, promote it, and share it on your own. So it's not DDP or Shayne sharing it. Let people know.
Beast.
He is a beast. Mm-hmm. My guy, same with Funkster Jones. I see it. Let people know, like Roger. Let people know. Bullets, same thing. Bullets has passion.
Bullets.
You have that dig down deep. You love this, let other people know. We need this show to grow. I couldn't grow. I want to shout out my dad for the coverage this weekend. Shayne, Berlissimo, Cars, Jackal, everybody for the coverage that we did. I just think it was amazing, and I'm proud of the network. I know I got to give away these tickets, so I'm going to play this game. You live in the Chicago area, DM me. First one to DM me, I'll make sure you get those tickets. I want to shout out Cool Kennedy for going to the game, getting those videos, covering the game.
This
I want to shout out Alex Acevedo from TTNL, going to the game, covering the game, sharing the videos. I want to shout out Ron G, not only for creating that promo, but being a new partner in the network and shouting out the show and just doing a tremendous job. Just being, I've been dealing with a lot. So have Ron G helping me deal with some of the stuff, like getting the Jason Peters show up on our YouTube channel. Those little things mean a lot. Caden Whitlow, bring his ass out here.
Yes, yeah, Caden, a man.
Caden Whitlow, 18 years old,
There he
showing
is.
so much love and support for TTNL. I know I could be a hard ass, and I just expect people's loyalty. That's it. If you're not fucking wanting to be a part of this network, please just tell me. I'm done. I'm good. There's no hard feelings.
The meeting's not until tomorrow night, Phil.
I know. I'm getting you prepared for that.
I've had a good run. Thanks, everybody. I think my pro Nagy sentiments have finally.
Claudio, you were missed as much as we break your balls.
Yeah.
There is an art form. Me and Shayne were talking about this. We've walked out a lot of people based on them being a bunch of fucking pussies. To be perfectly frank, there's a role that the heel has to play, and it's fun, and Claudio gets it, and he's a brother for life, and I still am gonna hold him accountable for not watching the fucking game, but it'll be forever the fucking milk jug with Claudio. I'm sure Shayne will make it sing, and I'll fucking love it even more. But that's what this network is about. And last, my wife, my daughter, and my family, my children, everybody, and of course, Greg Braggs was out there. I'm sorry, guys. I know some people don't like Greg or whatever, but Greg is a friend and he supports TTNL as family. And not all family get along.
Speaking of family.
Yes. Claudio,
No.
my cousin, right
There
there,
he is.
Kevin Atoti. He's not even a
Right
Bears
there.
fan.
Right there.
Look, he loves me.
I almost ripped the
Some of my
Yankees
family
logo, and then I saw.
Some
Kevin
family
loves
doesn't
me.
even talk
What
to
up,
me.
Kev?
Greg Braggs is family. He's a real dude, and sometimes he could be an asshole. But
Keeping it 100.
I could be an asshole sometimes, and so could everybody else. What did Jesus say? I'm not a Bible guy, but I remember people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, right? Something like that.
Here's Braggs' burner.
He who has never sinned, please throw the first stone. Something like that. It is a metaphor that lives forever because it is true. Anyway, that being said, DM me. You want those tickets? You're in the Chicago area. I'll make sure I play fair. And in the first one, I'll make sure you get them. John Centino, Adam Libowitz. Love you guys. You guys went out to Hallis Hall. Ivan Vargas as well. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. TTNL always giving a little bit of extra. That is it. That is all. We have 3 hours and 27 minutes of Keeping It 100. We'll be back.
Long enough?
Yeah, I hope. No. Certain people will get upset. We didn't go longer, Shayne. Why is
My fault.
I'll never forget this moment.
Reporting quarterbacks still on the board. It's time for one to be traded up for.
Here we
Chicago's
go.
trading up.
There it is. Chicago's trading up.
Mac
Now we're
Jones,
here.
baby.
Mac Jones.
We
my
should've
boy.
continued
Well,
that,
I'm going to
but-
send this out. This is family. I shout out everybody in the chat. You guys, tailgating. Love you guys. It's not just words. It's truth. This is why. And then we'll end the show.
The Tape Never Lies Network. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Keeping It 100
You got to keep it
Crew.
Yes.
Big plays are nice.
He's so inaccurate at some point.
I agree.
Yes, running for the Bears.
Exactly, Greg.
Oh my God! I am in heaven.
Go to the game. We'll tailgate before the game.
We'll call our show TTNL in the stands.
There's hope, guys. There's hope.
I hope
if
there's
you got the right people. I hope that is hope.
Give me a tackle or give me death.
Chicago Bears at number 39 are selecting offensive tackle Teven Jenkins.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh my God!
TTNL, damn it.
Motherfucker!
What?
still on the board. It's time for one to be traded up for.
Here we
Chicago's trading up.
Yes!
What?
Oh my
Here
God.
it is! No, we're very economical, my family.
The difference between winning and losing the game is catching and dropping the football. One time.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Become a patron. Keeping it 100. Head over to thetapeneverlies.com.
It's the #1 Bears show on the planet, baby. Keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.